What's going down? What is up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Happy Thursday to everybody in the building, in the bushes, honey. Happy Thursday to you all. My, have we started with a very interesting week in boxing? Extremely interesting, if I must say so myself. Lord have mercy. Well, we're gonna get into what we can. It is a lot going on, and we're gonna try and cover as much as we can without being here forever. Okay, so first let me just say what's going on to everybody. I knew I did not add this in my damn stream, y'all. You know what? Lord help me. Mother just be everywhere. But anyway, hope everybody is doing amazing tonight. What's going on, Kishwan? How you doing? All things my baby. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, we're gonna get into what I would like to call the DMV. Okay, it is the delusional market value that some of these boxers currently have, preventing us from getting a lot of the fights that we would like. And we're gonna unpack that tonight. But like I said, you know how we do it. We got to get into the news. I'm going to tell you what's happening. And then we're going to get into the upcoming fights before we start the show. But if you're listening to the sound of my voice, whether you're in the building or in the bushes, honey, smash that like button so mother can go ahead and get this thing jumping. Because my, oh my. These boys are out of control, honey. And Lord have mercy. We're going to see if we can't help them out a little bit. We're going to see if we can't point them things in the right direction. Big Block was good with it. Oh, thank you, Kishwan. Yes, honey. We're gonna try and get these boys together. You know, mother try as she might. She ain't been successful yet. Okay, getting these boys together. Y'all might hear a real echo for a second because I had to log in on my phone. I forgot this other screenshot real quick. I ain't gonna echo y'all to death. Let me just real quick make sure I got it. Okay, get out of here. Load, come on. Stream garbage. Come on. Upload. Damn it. Alright, let me get out of here because that echo getting on my damn nerves. I'll just pull it up maybe on the screen once we get to that part of the show. Miss Joey, hey baby, hey Darren, how you doing? You came to hate tonight. I see. I feel you. What another lovely night to be a hater, right? Lord help them, y'all. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get started with the show, honey. Whoever ain't here, just left behind. Y'all catch it on the replay. I don't know, because we got a lot of shit to go over tonight. But first, we're going to get into the news. Boy, I don't know what's going on with these boys, but in somewhat recent news, honey, because it is Thursday, things can change tomorrow. Um, this young man right here, and we're going to have a little bit of a sterner word with him when we get to him because he has his own segment tonight. Yes, he does. So, as you can see, Richardson Hitchins has selected Oscar Duarte. Okay, to fight to defend his title, possibly on the February 21st card. As we know, that is the Ryan versus Mario Barrios card. So and obviously, this is going to take place in Las Vegas. We know that Duarte, who has only had 2 pro losses, I think. We know he lost to Ryan Child, and I had to look the other one up. Adrian Estrada. So we're going to see, and obviously, no disrespect to Duarte, but all of the smoke that Hitchins could have taken, right, for unification fights. Obviously, we just saw this whole debacle with him and a couple of other boys, and we're going to get into that. You know, Richardson Hitchins and plus Smith or whatever, it looks like selection. You know what I'm saying? It just look a little picky. But he, we're gonna let him talk about that a little later because I did watch his fight hype interviews. So we'll let him get into a little bit of that later. As I was scrolling down Instagram, minding other people's business while minding Jab Queen Box and Army business, I also stumbled upon this. So it looks like there has been a purse bid ordered for the vacant WBA super middleweight. Now, this will be for Hamza Shiraz and Diego Pacheco. So apparently, it looks like Shiraz has decided to take the WBO route. Okay, when that fight gets scheduled, then obviously I will post it on the community board. I will also mention it as we move forward. But yes, he has made himself a selection and he has chosen the WBO route. So it looks like these two boys, and they just probably looking to get Hamza Shiraz a belt the quickest way that they can. Now I do recognize his skill set, whatever that may be, and he did knock Berlanga out, but I mean, if we keeping it a band, Berlanga, New York stand up. I'm gonna leave EB alone because I rock with EB, but we keep it real over here on Jab Queen Boxing, okay? Edgar Berlanga, not it. You know what I'm saying? So, that wasn't. I'm not gonna say it wasn't difficult to do. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we gonna see what pops off. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a gift draw against Carlos Adames. If I'm being for real. You know what I'm saying? Carlos Adames beat that boy. You know what Adrian Broner say? I beat that boy. Carlos Adames definitely beat that boy. But he got a gift of a draw. And then obviously we saw his performance against Edgar Berlanga. Now he's going after Diego Pacheco, who did not look that great in his last fight. So maybe that is why they selected to go that route. Who knows? But hey, it is what it is. Okay. Now also I heard my boo back in the ring soon. Ow. Yes, David Benavidez versus Sardo Ramirez for a unification. This is scheduled to take place in May in Las Vegas. So I will keep y'all abreast. Obviously, we know we're a long ways away. I just wanted to let y'all know that that fight actually has been made. So we're going to see. Obviously, as the fight approaches, we will cover that more and more and more. I'm actually interested in this fight. So we're going to see. And, I rock with David Benavidez. So we definitely going to see what happens with that. Also, I did notice that Mr. Canelo Alvarez. Supposedly he'll be back in the ring too. I saw a little video from him in Turkey, and we're gonna play that in a minute. But he'll be back in the ring come, I believe it is September, from what I heard, any damn way. So we're gonna definitely get into that, and we'll cover that, because I thought he was supposed to be fighting Hamza Shiraz. Or then he's talking about his what was it? His elbow hurt, child. His elbow, but I guess it'll be better by September. So who the hell knows with Canelo? We know he looking for, he looking to coast as he should. Canelo, he's been through a lot of wars in his life. I wish he'd just gone and sat down, but apparently that is not something he's looking to do immediately. And let's not forget, he does still owe Turkey, I believe it is 2 fights. So we'll see what he chooses to do, who his opponent selection will be. I wouldn't be mad at him if he took a soft touch. He did just take a loss, to what was perceived to be a smaller man, or a man coming up from a smaller weight class anyway. So I'm going to be watching very closely to see what kind of moves Canelo is making. Looks like they're always looking to give him a title, always looking to put a title in Canelo's hand, honey. So we will definitely see how things are shaping up from there. Okay. Now, as far as some of the upcoming fights, I was able to find us a whole printout list, child. Thank God, because mother, whoo. But some of these fights have been altered, to say the least. Okay. So the first fight that has been altered is Moses Ntuma. He was injured during training camp, right? So his fight has been postponed from the 24th, which is what it was supposed to be, to now March 28th. Okay. I guess he was extending himself too hard. They're saying he's been pushing himself, obviously. So, we'll revisit this fight when it announces again. So that's done. Also, this fight, Alexis Rocha, and I think I posted this on the community board, but Alexis Rocha was scheduled for the rematch against Raul Carreo tomorrow, Friday the 16th, right? If y'all remember, this first fight, I think, ended in a draw. Anyway, it's being reported that Rocha has encountered some severe weight cutting issues. So he's had to withdraw from his fight. Okay. And obviously they're looking for a replacement opponent. I'm not really sure, or they may just have to cancel. They might as well just cancel this whole thing. Child, I didn't even see if they canceled it or not, but they should, because it's way too late to get a replacement opponent. Nevertheless, moving on with the remainder of the fights for this month, we still have. Let me see. Where is that fight? Where is that little boy? Child, where is this boy at? Is this him? Ah, here we go. Yep. I probably should label them. Raymond Maritala versus Andy Cruz. This is going to be obviously for the IBF lightweight title. I told y'all Cruz is looking sharp, man. He up in there at that. He down there at that Bozy gym getting that real. You know what I'm saying? He doing his Rocky shit. You know what I'm saying? He up in there. You know what I'm saying? Punching slabs of meat. So we gonna definitely see what these boys got going on the 24th for sure. Now, also on the 24th, we have a local card. Y'all know my girl. I got to tell you about my baby. She's going back. She's finally getting her pro debut. Okay. She will be back in the ring. Well, her pro debut in the ring on the 24th. Now, I don't know if any of you guys are in the Richmond, Virginia area, but if y'all are, make sure y'all stop by the Richmond International Raceway. You can purchase your tickets on championshipmind.com. Okay, this is going to be her pro debut. I'm still working out a date for her to come. I don't know if she's going to make it before or after her fight. I don't want to interrupt her training camp, but I am definitely trying to get her up here so she can promote the fight. Just tell us how she found her opponent, what she knows about her opponent, and just so we can support her. This is her pro debut. I don't want her to feel too pressured, so I don't know if I'll wait till maybe after before we bring her back on and just see what she got going on. My other baby, Brian, he's back in the ring February. So our little babies, they moving. They moving. They are definitely moving. Also, on the 30th, we have a local pro box card, and I have the promo here that I'm gonna play. Big Dre was nice enough to send it to me for me to play on the show for all of you guys in the DMV area. So listen up.
It's live. It's local. It's boxing. No Excuse Boxing Promotions in Maryland Live Hotel and Casino presents a night of professional boxing you don't want to miss. Friday, January 30th in Hanover, Maryland, featuring some of your favorite DMV fighters. Headlined by the fast and fearless Brian Flores versus Starling Castillo, featuring Jordan the Iceman Roach, Trayvon Marshall, Jeffrey Yu, David Whitmire, and the power and experience of the original Ben Johnson. One ring, one night, no excuses. Don't think, don't blink. Get your tickets now. So when the bell rings, you'll be there. Tickets are available online through AXS or at the Live Hotel and Casino box office.
All right. So you guys, if you guys are in that area, please make sure you step on down and check out that Pro Box card. These local cards are just as good and need our attention just as much as some of these bigger cards do. So definitely. Another card that we have not really discussed. I've been telling y'all my little baby done fought already, child. The thing ain't even fought. Lord help me, Hennessy. My little baby Hennessy. Okay, she's got her title match for the WBC Silver Bantamweight. She's going up against Ellie Batna. Now this little baby is so cute. I still ain't figured out if she speak English, and now we working on the child. I'm trying to get her over here, and it's also a final eliminator for the world title. Now she recently whooped Fabiana head in November, so she's definitely looking to stay busy. Okay, she's also fighting on the 31st. And then obviously y'all know we got the big headbanger card. There's so many cards on this day. It's craziness. We also have Xander Zayas versus Baru on the 31st also. So we are jam-packed with cards that day. Mother ain't gonna know which way the wind blow that day, honey. So I am excited. And then obviously y'all know that we have the main card, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And this will be for all of Teo's belts. Okay. Also, on the 31st. Look, I'm still on the 31st, y'all. Yes, all these cards. Also on the 31st, if you look all the way down, you can see Bakram Matazaliev versus Josh Kelly. Okay, this is for the IBF Super Welterweight belt. So the rest of the month looks like at least we got some stuff to watch, honey. Okay, now I know that I have told y'all before, and maybe some of y'all forgot, but remember when we had the discussion about Shakur Stevenson and how he was delirious, saying he was the A side, when in fact he was not the A side, he was the B side of the Teofimo Lopez and his fight, right? And remember, I told y'all you have to be careful because delirium can spread, and so it has begun. We're going to get into a lot of these delirious people. But first, let me check and see who all done balled up in here late as usual, black people. Oh, look at my boo, Cash. Yes, they done let him out the prison, honey. Hey, what's up, William? Old school. How you doing? Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, honey. Okay, smash the like button as y'all come up in the building. And the people in the bushes, you do the same, honey. You ain't got to come out the bushes, but please smash the like button. Now, mother couldn't get all of these back and forth screenshots between these fools here, Devin and Richardson Hitchins. But, for the most of y'all know what the hell happened. Let's see. We done with the news. We done with the upcoming fights. Yes, let's move into it. The DMV, the delusional market value of some of these fighters is what will be in question tonight. And as I stated previously, we're going to start with Richardson Hitchins. Richardson Hitchins, please come to the front of the class. Mother would like to have a word with you, if you don't mind, just a few minutes. This young man, first I'm going to let y'all listen to his explanations of whatever the hell it is that he feel like he want to explain, and then I'll go into further detail about what I think about Richardson Hitchins.
Absolutely. Now, I was with you when you were going at it with Keyshawn Davis. Be concerned about?
I mean, he's strong, powerful, relentless. We know how he's gonna come. That's the main. We know how he's gonna come. Very strong, very relentless. A volume puncher, goes to the body a lot. So it's gonna be a fun fight if it gets done.
Definitely, and that will be on the undercard of Ryan Garcia and Barrios. There'll be a lot of spotlight, a lot of eyes on you. You know what I mean?
Correct.
You're willing to move to 147. I know you want to be up there 140, whatever's the biggest name, right?
Right. Yeah. I've already been saying it over and over. I feel like my days at 140 are numbered. I think that I'm soon be at 147. I already did what I had to do at 140. Is become a world champion in the division. If I get a unification, good. If I get the big fights, the fights that people think are the hardest and the biggest, at 140, I'll take them fights. If not, I'm at 147.
A lot of guys are saying that Devin Haney's the top guy after beating Brian Norman Jr. You guys are going back and forth on Twitter. Talk to me about that. Is it just business or is it personal? Like, you guys know each other. Right?
We know each other. I feel like, to me, it's always boxing. I always bring up, I'm better than Devin Haney. I'll fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney can't fuck with me. But, as far as like him, I feel like he made it personal because every time it's on Twitter, he's always tweeting something personal. It's always, he fucked my bitch, or he's always bringing a woman into it, like something about a woman into it. It's like, bro, I don't talk about your personal life with women, certain things that happens with you and shit like that. I don't bring that personal shit into boxing. I always say I'm a better boxer than you, but that's just it is what it is.
It's just competition, right?
It's competition, but let's leave it competition. Let's leave it. Yeah, I feel like let's leave it competition.
Lord have all the mercy. Well, obviously, you all saw him and Devin calling him broke. He talking about ducking fights. I'm going to play the next clip, then I'm going to bring him to the class so we can have a word with him.
Absolutely. Now, I was with you when you were going at it with Keyshawn Davis at the Shakur T.O. press conference. Yeah. It got crazy, right? So Devin spoke about that you turned down $1.5 million or $2 million for that. Just so you could clarify for everyone that's watching and everything, what was the issue?
I was never offered $2 million. I was offered probably a little bit over 1.5. I was told, I think Keyshawn wanted $2 million. The fight didn't happen because we both didn't get the numbers that we wanted. And that was it. Like I said, the way things was going in that card, it was all over the place. I could agree to whatever number they first threw out there, and the fight was liable to still not happen because I signed up to fight Jaron Ortiz, and out of nowhere I was not on the card, for whatever reason, and so that's a fight that it was just we was in talks. It wasn't even negotiate. We start throwing around numbers. It was nothing. The narrative. Oh, he ducked this person, or he ducked me. I ducked him. Nobody ducked anybody. But we started talking about the fight. The day the negotiations started, the day it ended. It was simple. It was nothing. It didn't go far.
Okay, so as I said, we saw them going back and forth on X regarding some sort of money that he was offered to fight him that obviously did not ever come to fruition. These are those two going back and forth. Now, Devin Haney said some things that I found extremely interesting. He says, you call out everybody to fight nobody, me, Keyshawn, Tio, Matias, Gary, Brian, Norman, Jermaine, Frank, all of these things, right? Clout chasing. Now, the audacity, I know. But he has made a really good point, in my opinion. Richardson Hitchins, as we just heard him say, that he's moving up to 147 after he beats Oscar Duarte. Once again, these boys looking past the food on their plate, looking at dessert when they should not be. Right? That's number one. Number two, Richardson Hitchins, I don't know who the hell you think you done whooped that you can run around here naming your price. As I said in my last video, your win against Kambosos, was it a good win? Yes, you had a nice, what was it? I think an 8th round body shot stoppage. Nice. But again, it's Kambosos. Okay. Yes, he beat Tio. How the hell he beat Tio, I will never know. But then he got beat by Devin twice. Okay. Talk about refried shit. Okay, that win was definitely a decent win, but again, that does not mean that you get to run around here turning down $2 million for a fight. The delusion of some of these boxers is the reason why we are not getting some of the fights that we would like to see, guys. Okay, it is the boxers, it is the from what I gather now, it's the promoters fighting with the managers. Everybody's losing their mind. I've diagnosed the sickness. Okay. Now, listen. Richardson Hitchins did not try to unify when he was, quote unquote, at the division, because now he's talking about moving up. I do not recall him trying to unify with nobody outside of Tio. Talk about low-hanging fruit. The reason that these boys' market value is also not what they think it is because they're not fighting the competition that the fans want to see them fight. And I understand sometimes their managers or sometimes their promoters may frown upon a fight or may not think that is a good fight for them at the moment. However, some of these young men need to know who works for who, right? And the way to build your market value, for one, is to get in there with good matchups. Start giving us some of the fights that we want to see, not just fights that y'all put on. Like I said before, we're boxing junkies. We'll watch pretty much damn anything. But if you're going to charge me $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, it damn well be a fight I want to see. So now I don't know why he thinks him fighting child. I don't know why he thinks fighting Duarte will allow him to write his ticket up to 147, go straight to Devin Haney. Now, your opinion of Devin Haney and my opinion of Devin Haney, some may vary, However, he weaseled his way into that spot and with the belt. So, I'm not sure what route Richardson Hitchins think is going to allow him to go straight up to Devin. Yes, he was on the list, but we all know that list was full of crap. He's going to move up to 147. I guess he's going to avoid most of the smoke that's at 140 because that's where the smoke really is. 147 is a complete desert town right now. Turning down $1.5 million with and you just only made what, 700,000? They glorify these O's on their records, but you did not earn, in my opinion, a lot of them don't earn them. Some of them yes, but the opposition that they're earning them from don't really amount up to nothing. And people are not fools, and it shows by who is willing to buy some of these fights when they put them in these arenas that they expect people to come out to. It shows. You're only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. And that's what a lot of these boxers need to really understand. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm really trying to help them understand where they are. You're a good boxer, a decent boxer, yes. But Richardson Hitchins, who have you really fought? Child. So let's be honest, guys. Do we think that Richardson Hitchins should have took that 1.5 to fight Keyshawn? Because now you're fighting another name that's already refried beans. Like I said, Oscar Duarte, he may be a good fight for Richardson Hitchins, but the fight that we wanted to see, the fight that we would have been more hyped about, would have been Richardson Hitchins versus either Keyshawn Davis or Frank Martin. Am I wrong? Those to me are better fights than this fight that we're going to be getting. And he lied when he said the tough fights that people want to see. That's cap, because if that was the case, you would have been pushing for a unification with Gary Antoine Russell, just like he was pushing for a unification with you. These boys have to understand some of the positions that they're in. And again, beating my garbage man does not make you a world beater, does not mean you can write that blank check. Let me go over here and see what you're talking about. He got that progressive name your price tool. I don't know what he got. Marcus. I don't know what he got, but he's delirious as all hell. And I told y'all this disease is spreading. Okay, it is slowly but surely spreading, and it's taking over the goddamn lightweights, the super light. It's taking over. Now, some of y'all don't want to believe mother, okay, and that's fine. I don't give a damn. You can go look at it yourself. These tickets are still not moving. This was literally why I was late logging on, y'all, because I was literally on Ticketmaster checking it again. And I just played for y'all last week, T.O. begging for promotional support for this fight. This is Teofimo Lopez. For all of y'all that love to call me haters, love to say I'm mad, I'm this, I'm that. Well, if I'm crazy, I'm hating, I'm mad, I'm lying, I guess T.O. lying too then, huh? I guess he just out here begging just to be begging. Making himself look bad in the process, might I add. Come on, man. This is a complete example, and I'm not saying it's not going to be a good fight. Hopefully it will. Me personally, I think it's going to be a super chess match, but hopefully it is a good fight. That's not the point. The point of the matter is this, right? This is an example of a fight that they are giving us versus a fight that we asked for. Some people, I've heard people tell me that they asked for this fight. I've never heard nobody in no circle, in no conversation that I've ever been involved in talk about this as a fight that they wanted. Now, again, we will watch it because we are boxing junkies and we watch pretty much any damn fight. I know I do. But it's definitely not a fight that people were craving for. And as a result of that, you have low ticket sales. I've also been told that people in New York buy tickets late. Well, goddamn, this late? Y'all all gonna be there on the day buying them at the stadium? I don't believe that. Not for 1 minute. And the tickets are still extremely high. Turkey is assisting these young men in dropping their own market value, first of all, okay, because he's giving them big upfront money. He's not making them earn it on the back end. So they're comfortable with that, not understanding what it is that he's doing to them. The fights that he puts on in America, look at how much he charges for them. These seats are outrageous. We just finished with the damn holidays. You had Halloween, you had Thanksgiving, you had Christmas. People's pockets, mother, I still ain't back in the black yet. You know what I'm saying? We looking a little rose gold, but we ain't all the way back in the black yet. So this is just it's a little much. Even some of the tickets that are higher up are still a little costly. So therefore, with T.O. asking for promotional help for a main event. This is what these so-called hardcores dream of, right? This is the ring belt. This is all the belts. You'd think that they'd be flooding the stadium, right? You'd think that. You think that Ticketmaster website would be jammed, honey. It'd be shut down because of all the people flooding their website. Why isn't it? These are two names in the sport of boxing, right? But again, like I told y'all before, just because they're popular on YouTube, that does not translate to box office sales. This is just the truth of the matter. Delusional market value. It's going to break their hearts every time. And Mother's just here to help. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to let them know what it really is. Now we see this crazy fool on the co-main. We've already discussed him, but I will brief y'all again on this fool. Keyshawn Davis has come out and admitted that he has an alcohol problem, or at least he did, right? During the training camp for his Edwin De Los Santos fight, which is why he could not shed those 3 pounds. This is what the young man said. And when I open up the panel, y'all can come and tell me if y'all believe that crap or not. I mean, something wrong with him, obviously, but I think he still has like some mental issues, right? But back to this card. I just brought that up because he's on the card. But back to these seats and the prices of these seats, right? This is what you call pricing out the people, right? So the ticket sales for this particular event, like I said, are still a little high, right? Knowing everything that I just listed, the holidays we just finished with. Now, I don't know if this is just bad timing or what this is, what's going on. The promoters think that they can charge premium prices for a product they haven't marketed correctly, right? And if you think I'm lying, once again, I'll put this right up here. Okay? Shakur is an incredible talent, yes. But if the casual fans are not buying, who is paying these checks? They want face of boxing money, but they are not. Look, the silence around this fight, I mean, we talk about it obviously, but I haven't really heard any huge buzz around this particular fight. We all know it's coming at the end of the month. I'm sure 90% of us are going to tune in, but just as Tio said, promotion wise, where's the commercial? Where's the, you know what I'm saying? You did all of this for the Canelo fight. You did a whole cheesy commercial for the Devin versus Ryan Garcia rematch that never happened, by the way. And you dropped it in the middle of the fights that they were fighting other people on the same card, which made 0 sense to me. Delusional market value. These boys got to tighten up if we ever want to see any of the fights that we really, really want. Which brings me, oh my God, somebody give me an aspirin. This mother effer. Oscar is really going to make me lose my damn mind. Now, obviously, we know that Oscar gave a 60-40 split ultimatum. Right? And if you don't remember, here, let me help.
I have a lot of great matchups to be made as the U.S. top promoter, so I'm looking to keep the fights here in the U.S. In the meantime, Eddie Hearn is begging the media for this Boots and Vergil Ortiz fight. It's so stupid as a promoter to pigeonhole your fighter into one opponent. You lose your negotiating power, which ends up being a lot of lost money for your fighter. Also, every time a manager tries to be a hero and negotiate behind the promoter's back, they lose money for the fighter. And at the same time, violate the Muhammad Ali Act. And you know what? I'm gonna start sending legal letters enforcing this because I'm fucking tired of it. Some managers are just full of shit and I will be exposing them, trust me. Look, Vergil can fight 2 or 3 different guys in mega fights. He's got options. Imagine him with Errol Spence at Dallas Cowboys Stadium or Sebastian Fundora in a mega fight. in Vegas. Boots is part of the plan, but it doesn't have to be next. But Eddie, since you're so desperate to make this fight, then let's do this. 60-40 for Vergil and 5% to the winner. Because I'm generous and I'm not moving off those numbers. You're the one who's begging for this fight. So let's go.
I would like to point out that Oscar De La Hoya is a complete idiot. I would just like to go on record saying that. Now, apparently, before I watched this, I was unaware that he was talking about Merigian. I thought he might have been talking about someone in Boots' camp. But lo and behold, on my Instagram today, here they are back at it again with a Aaliyah 4-page letter shit. Okay? He is talking about Merigian, which I find extremely interesting since Merigian was the original one blocking this fight. Now, for whatever reason, him and Oscar are at odds on whether or not Vergil should take this Jaron Boots Ennis fight. But here's the thing, people. Reports confirm that Eddie Hearn and DAZN agreed to a 50-50 deal with the winner's bonus, right? Boots signed the contract. He was willing to bet on himself. Remember, I told y'all before, opportunity. He said he'd take the 50-50. He'll knock him out. He'll get the money. Who refused to sign? Team Ortiz. Why? Because Rick Merigian wants 7 zeros guaranteed. Y'all remember that? He was the original one stalling on this fight. Now, all of a sudden, Oscar is threatening him. Now, all of a sudden, Rick Merigian wants to fight. Y'all, this is nothing but a smoke and mirrors game. And I'll tell you why it's smoke and mirrors. Because of Vergil's delusional market value. He is the epitome of the DMV, y'all. What gives you the right to tell Boots, a former champion at a weight class that you scurried your ass out of without ever becoming a champion, that he has to give you 60% just because you say so? Because Eddie is desperate for this fight? I'm sorry, did we not all see Vergil Ortiz call Jaron Boots Ennis in the ring after his last fight? Or am I the only one who saw that? Boots, come over here. Yeah, I remember that. But now all of a sudden, Eddie is desperate for this fight. You have other options? Who? You gonna pull EJ off the couch? Are you serious? Because the funniest thing is, y'all, Vergil has been, quote unquote, had other options, right? Like you've been an interim champ all your life, right? You could have easily pressed for the Zandazayas fight. When they pressed you, you tried to big dog them too. Like somehow, I want to understand this. What gives Vergil all of this extra leverage in any of these situations? He has the biggest delusional market value. See, I see what's going on here, Oscar. You only want to enter Vergil into situations where you know or you think he has the best chance of winning, right? You only want to enter him into situations where he can be the A side so you can big dog other people. The audacity of you to tell Xander Zayas, who is a current champion, that they have to fight where Vergil wants to fight and take what Vergil wants to give them. This is delusion at its best, people. They are constantly trying to tell us that they are legacy fights, right? No. They're not legacy fights. They're leverage fights based on their delusions. It has started to spread and it is getting nasty out here. So now, the weaponized delusion, obviously, to me, goes to Oscar. I don't know what type of games him and Rick are playing now. They over there blaming each other and fighting. What the hell ever. Find that pen, sign that paper, and let's get it cracking. Because all y'all doing is making Vergil look soft as shit right now. Y'all running around here, 2 parents fighting over your baby. But I thought Vergil was the boogeyman. I thought if Boots Ennis came down to that fight, he'd be scared because of what he saw. Man, please. He hopped his ass so fast up in that damn ring, you would have thought he had ants in his pants. The problem is, as I explained to y'all before, Golden Boy is down bad, and they're still trying to keep that perception, that delusion alive. Oscar is on his last damn leg with his face of his company. Ryan somewhere being damn half crazy. He's a streamer now. He need to be somewhere practicing for his damn fight. Vergil is the last one that they have. Kid Schofield, who the hell knows? I heard he's supposed to be back in February. Maybe. Y'all know how he play hopscotch with his fights. It is a lot going on, but I want us to be extremely clear. These boys are delusional as hell about their market value, and that is what is preventing us from getting some of these fights. Not to mention, I don't want to hear when people say, oh, these boys, they're fighters. They don't duck other fighters. That's bullshit. A lot of these boys have grown up together. A lot of them know who would get in their ass and who wouldn't. For whatever reason, Gary Anton Russell, child, he couldn't pay one of these boys to get in a ring and unify with him at 140 pounds. But all of a sudden, you got time for Oscar Duarte. Baby, please. Mother is no fool. Okay? And the people over here at Jack, we are getting ready to storm the damn castle. I am getting furious with this shit. But, like I said, the market will determine your value. And as I said before, y'all can like it or not like it. I am not the one who made up this seating chart. I am not the one who left this goddamn seat pretty much all blue, which means available seats, by the way, with a fight that's 2 weeks out. Some of these boys, they need to understand their market value, and it's no disrespect to them. I want all of them to be as big as they think they are, right? But you got to crawl before you walk in certain situations. Sometimes you have to take tougher opposition just to see what you really made of. Because if you continue to fight lower opposition, that does not sharpen your skills. I'm sorry. It weakens them. Because when you do step it up, or when a nigga get in that ring and he can crack and he might be able to dig in your ass, you're not going to be able to dig deep because you ain't used to it. Now, there was some other nonsense going on that a lot of people have alerted me to. I did not watch the crash out of Brian Norman Sr. I didn't watch that, but I did watch the Cigar Talk interview, and I do want to talk about Brian Norman Jr. saying that he, released his father from head trainer, and he'll be seeking new, training moving forward. And then I did see this on Instagram, not Instagram, on X. It does appear that he's been meeting with some trainers, and it looks like maybe he'll be landing with Derek James. So we'll definitely see what Derek James does with him. I think he's a very talented young man. He just needs a little guidance, maybe a little fine tuning here or there. Does not hurt anybody. Okay, and he's looking for that rematch, which is really what a dog is supposed to do. Look for that damn rematch. I don't know when we can expect Brian and Ryan and Devin to get back in the ring, if ever. So, who the hell knows? I just know that these boys are delusional and they need to cut it the hell out. Okay? Turning down millions of dollars, Richardson Hitchins, when you just made $700,000 is ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason for y'all not to be taking the opportunities, especially in the state that you guys are in. Y'all don't fight that damn often. And y'all are not fighting the toughest competition. Richardson Hitchins, you should have been back in the ring. You fought what, in June? You didn't take no damage. You got a stoppage. There's no reason for you to be running around here, parading around here like you the prettiest girl of damn prime, turning down opportunities, man. This shit is nasty work, yo. It's nasty work. Let me see what y'all over here talking about, y'all. But anyway, the link is pinned if anybody want to come up and pop their shit. If not, mother will keep it moving. Hey, Teach, how you doing? Quee, my girl, what's up with you? Hey, how you doing? My brother is in the building. Yeah, y'all. So I don't know. Hey, Slogan, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. But yes, Ruben, he is. He hasn't said much. I couldn't really find much. Of him saying anything. This is basically on Instagram, Oscar and Rick Merigian going back and forth like two girls that found out their man was messing with one of them that wasn't supposed to be messing. It's just nasty work, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. All this infighting, that just further lets me know that you don't believe in Virgil the way you push him or the way you pretend to believe in him. Because if you did, you ought to gladly sign that damn paper. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Cam? Let me move this
Was
so people can
popping,
see what
sis? Was
I'm in.
popping, sis?
What's going on with you?
Man, looking at that's crazy. I just seen that picture with Brian Norman Jr. with Derrick James. I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
definitely interesting. I'm gonna keep my eye
I'm
on that.
curious to see if that worked out with them. I know a lot of people ain't too favorable of Derrick James in recent time in a little bit, but I think it's an interesting move though. I think it's interesting. I
I think it's
definitely do.
actually interesting too, and I really don't. I don't think there's gonna be an issue. I mean, if he decides to go with Derek James, I don't really see why not. I mean, Derek James, I think he's doing pretty good with Alicia Baumgartner. And before EJ took
Facts.
that one loss, you know what I'm saying? Everybody loved him. You know what I'm saying? He helped Ryan. I mean,
Yeah.
so I don't really understand what everybody's problem is with Derek James. I never understood that.
Yeah,
So
I think it's more so because I think people they looked at how everything went with Earl in the fight with Bud, and then they look at how Jamel went with Canelo, and they look at those two fights in particular. Then they start, judging Derrick James from those two fights in particular. Then they look at other fights after that, for as the whole situation, all that shit that went down with Ryan and everything. So they criticize
but
him
that
in
had
those
nothing to
critical,
do that
positions.
that had
And,
nothing to
Frank
do with
Martin as
him.
well. This shit with Frank Martin too, sis.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you pay attention to that fight, and I'm talking about Frank first, and then I'll go back through the rest of them. But if you pay attention in that fight, Frank was not listening to Derek's instructions. You can tell
Facts.
somebody what to do, whether or not they do it is completely up to them. So I don't think that we can really blame him for that. And honestly, I thought Frank Martin was doing good until he wasn't. But
Absolutely.
and that was mostly because he stayed on his bike. But I thought that he looked sharp. You know what I'm saying? I thought that he looked, I really did. I thought Frank looked really sharp. He just was not paying attention to the instruction given by his corner. And that's very important. So if you don't pay attention to me and if you're not listening to me, then, I can't get in there and fight for you. I can just tell you what I see and you can do what I tell you or don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Facts.
could have sworn I kept hearing Derek tell his ass, stay off them ropes.
That's a fact. Definitely. I
So,
even just to even add more context to what you said, I even felt even with the fight with Earl and Mel that I felt like they both wasn't listening to his instructions. That's one thing like with us as boxing fans when we are watching these fights. I don't think some fans watch a lot of the action that be going on in the corners when they had that little time in the corner and stuff in between rounds to where like you get to hear a lot of the back and forth
mhm,
from the trainer and the fighter and
mhm.
everything, and the rest of the team that's in the corner and everything. And I just feel like at those emphasis moments, I think Derrick James gives good instructions. He knows the game of boxing. Like he's been put, made Earl, unified champion at 147, along with Mel becoming undisputed. Like that shit don't
Yeah, and
come
these are the
easy.
things, and they didn't take easy fights. So these things can't
Absolutely,
be overlooked. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. But in my opinion, if you win more than you lose, you all right with me. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have a problem with Derek James. I would be very interested to see what he does with Brian Norman Jr. moving forward because he obviously has the power, he has the will. So just a little fine tunement, I don't really see anything wrong with that. And hell, if he goes with Derek James, I would love to see his first fight with Derek James. So I really don't have a
absolutely.
problem with that. As far as the Jamel situation with Canelo, let's not forget that he subbed in for his brother. He was not supposed to be in that fight.
That's a fact. That's
Now
definitely a fact.
people take issue with the fact that they said he quit or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. If y'all have an issue with that, then y'all have an issue with that. But let's not forget that that was not his weight class and that was not supposed to be his fight. As far as EJ, that situation, y'all already, we're not gonna get into the whole politics and semantics of that
Hmm.
situation. But you win some and you lose some, and unfortunately, he lost. But let's not forget all of the fights that Derek James guided him through successfully
Throughout his whole career from since he was an
throughout his
amateur.
whole entire career. So, I mean, are we telling Canelo to get rid of Eddie Reynoso? Eddie Reynoso been out here pushing that yayo to all his fight. Let me stop. I take that back.
Hey,
Eddie,
hey, pop your shit,
no,
sis.
no, 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 no. We're not
Take
telling
it
Canelo
there.
to
Like,
take it. No, I'm not taking it that. I am not trying to get sued. But no, I'm not slandering nobody. I'm just saying that there has been a lot of suspicious activity coming out of that Reynoso camp for a long time. I don't see anybody telling Canelo to get rid of Eddie Reynoso.
that's a fact. You hear the latest news with him? Said he's coming back September in
Oh, you know what? I'm
Riyadh
so sorry.
season.
Why y'all let me forget to play that for you? Yes, I did. I got it right here. I'm so sorry. I got all into these delusional Negroes. Hold on.
In September, 12th of September, big fight. And this will be the first card for Canelo promotion. It will be name of Mexico against the world. All the fighters from the team of Canelo against the world. And the champion in the main event in world title, and it will be surprise in Saudi Arabia, inshallah.
You see what I mean? In Saudi Arabia, again,
He
he's
got that man
completely
back in Saudi. Oh my
he
god.
has completely diluted Canelo's market value. He completely ripped him from Cinco de Mayo. So, again, man, these people, they out here just down bad. Everybody's losing their minds. Everybody's losing
Who is
their
he
minds.
gonna
Oh,
fight though, sis? Like that's what I'm like. Who is it gonna be
um,
in Billy? Like you
no,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
not gonna
Because
be in Billy. It's
we got Shiraz and Pacheco on the way. Like Shiraz chose Pacheco instead of choosing them Billy. He had both of those options, but he chose Pacheco because he feel
Yeah,
like
he's
Pacheco is
going
the
to
easier
WBO. That's
route.
what I said. Yep, that's what I said. He's the low hanging fruit because if you're being honest, to me personally, I think he lost to Carlos Adonis and got that gift win. He beat Edgar Berlanga, but
Absolutely.
is Edgar Berlanga. So we're definitely going to see. He chose the WBO route because he thinks that Diego Pacheco was a lick based on how he looked in his last fight. He got dropped in what, round 1, round 2. You know what I'm saying? So he's
Hmm.
probably looking at the situation in totality, like, you know what? I might could get that belt up off this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
They
But
about to
it's
have
a little
Canelo
thing.
fight and Billy, sis. That's what I see the play. I see the
Listen,
damn play. They about
listen.
the WBC, Mauricio Solomon, all of them,
Oh,
and Billy.
Mauricio was big capping for Canelo too. He said that he is giving Canelo time, honey, to heal, and then they will revisit the situation with him. But don't forget that Turkey owns Canelo for what, another one or
For
two
two
fights?
fights, two more
For another
fights.
2 fights. So
I already know what the two fights gonna be now. I'm already seeing the picture now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
already seeing the picture.
Um,
And Billy, he fights
then
M. Billy for that WBC 168 strap. And
and then
then
maybe
Hamza
Shiraz
Shiraz, he ends up,
and then
fighting
Shiraz. Yep,
Pacheco, who's winner of that fight.
yep,
And they hoping it's Shiraz because they really want Shiraz and Canelo bad. Like Turkey wants that fight bad.
yep. Lord have mercy. These niggas are
Nasty
still
work.
fighting. They are still fighting. So Rick Marigny, I'm gonna pull it up here because I'm not gonna keep screenshotting and loading. We're gonna do a ghetto style
Oh
tonight, y'all. But they
boy,
are
the
still fighting. They're
the
still
Duck
fighting
Boy.
on X. They're still fighting on X, which is absolutely disgusting. Look at these two fools. Hold on, let me see. How do I put child? I don't know, forgot all about the share screen. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everybody, let me know if y'all can see the screen. Can y'all see the screen? No,
I
because I
can't.
ain't put it on the
Oh,
stage.
here it's
Okay.
loading right now.
Okay. Can everybody see the screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Y'all probably can't read it, but I'll read it for y'all. So this is Rick Merigian, right? And obviously this is in response to, I guess, Oscar.
Yeah,
Well, he
Oscar.
pulled
Oscar put
himself
out.
up.
Did you see Oscar? Oscar put out a story, and he was talking about Rick, talking about Virgil, basically saying the same sentiments, pretty much saying that
Yeah,
Virgil,
I pulled it up.
he's
I pulled it up.
negotiating. There you go. Yep, that right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
our lawyer, and all that. I pulled that up. So I guess this is Rick Merigian's
Nasty word.
response
Why are
to
these
him.
guys not on one accord, sis?
First of all, why are they fighting like two women on Instagram? This is like it's
Negotiating
embarrassing,
a
really, to
higher
be honest.
price for Virgil for a fight with Boots Ennis. Like they both doing the same shit. They both outpricing themselves for the fight.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's all I can
that's
say.
the gist of it, which is the real clear, nasty work of it, of the fact that y'all literally going through saying y'all want 60, 45% to the winner. That,
First,
when we had these
first
type
of
of
all, that's too much.
conversations,
That's over
it
a hundred.
shows that these guys don't want to fight. They don't want to fight, sis. They don't really want to fight. They basically trying to cash Virgil out at this point. They're
That's what I
trying to
said. The
cash him out just like the
delusional
did
market
Zepeda.
value. The delusional market value of some of these guys has to be stopped. And as I said earlier, I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but this fight is still not moving tickets. For there to be two big names on a card, they're still not moving those tickets in a timely fashion.
Mm,
I've been told that New Yorkers buy tickets late, so we're gonna see, But as I said before, and I guess Tio is the same. Oh, that's not the right one. That's Devin going at Richardson Hitchins. But Tio has also been out here asking for help on the promotion. I said that before. Where's the promotion for this fight? There's been like no talk about this fight, basically. When are we going to start airing teasers in gym video for the upcoming DAZN Plus Ring episode? Sports fans already, please. So who
mm,
knows? It's we'll see.
mm.
Maybe it's set up
That's
for the
tough, sis.
yeah.
That's real tough. Of the fact that these guys, you know, this fight. I said when this fight was, getting locked in. I'm like, they don't need to have this fight in Madison Square Garden. It's too big for them. It's too big for them. They're not big stars enough to fill up Madison Square Garden. Now, if they would have did
They're
the
not.
theater in MSG like they do with Top Rank, usually in particular in New York, they probably would have had better no showing as far as doing that in particular. But it's no reason why they should have had Madison Square Garden, because these two fighters are not significant big names in the sport to sell out MSG. And that's why you see these ticket prices within this fight day by day, week by week, going low and low and low. And hopefully,
Well,
people support
they're
them
not
and
going
support
low
the pay per
fast
view and
enough.
get it up for them.
They're not going low fast enough. If they really want to get these tickets moving, they are definitely going to have to lower these ticket prices significantly. Um, oh my goodness, I'm watching a crash out. I guess somebody posted the crash out on Instagram. Y'all, do y'all want to see this? I'm so torn with this. I really don't want to get into this, but I know a lot of people have been telling me about this crash out between Brian Norman Sr. apparently had on Mill City, um,
Mm,
about being relinquished of his duties. So
mm.
I don't know, but I feel sorry for him. I do. But it's a
Now,
decision that he
sis, did
made
you see
based
that?
on
Let me ask
Mhm.
you, even back to the Shakur. Did you see the Zone and them? They did put out the little face off, the little 11-minute face off with Tio and Shakur.
I saw that.
It
I
wasn't
wasn't
crazy.
really
I
impressed.
know it wasn't nothing crazy for real content wise.
I saw it. I wasn't really impressed by it. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't nothing
Yeah.
like it was, and then on top of that, it's like y'all put out a recording with these guys where they recorded it from the press conference. Like, y'all gotta have some fresh content, man, for these guys, man. Like, y'all
Yeah.
putting out this recording where this recording is from 2 months ago.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bring it up and we'll watch it. I know Darren was telling me about it, but it was behind a paywall on Mill City. And shout out to Mill City, but I'm not paying you, boo. Let
Mm.
me see. Let me see if we can bring it up. Let me put the sound on, guys, and I'll rewind it. Lord, child.
Hands where they supposed to be because hands are up. Boom. What can you do about that? It's boxing. What can you do about that? What can you do about that? Help me, all these online coaches,
And he
these
wasn't,
couch coaches.
he didn't step to him either.
No, he didn't step to him or nothing. He didn't step to him. The break, it happened right after a break. His hands were where they were supposed to be. He was doing everything he's supposed to do. The name of the game is boxing. Shit happens. I've said on your show many times, people get caught. Shit happens. Remember, I never came on here and talked about none of this since the fight happened. But they got me riled up with all this talk about, yeah, because senior sitting about here, he'll know what he's doing. You want to know my game plan? My game plan, jab to the body, jab to the head, jab to the shoulders, throw a lot of combinations. Because guess what? Devin Haney don't do that. 59 punches to 70 punches. You mean to tell me if Brian Norman was throwing more combination, more jabs to the body, more jabs to the head, he wouldn't have won that fight or landed more than punches? Oh, let me guess. He would have got outclassed. No, y'all don't know boxing. All this fucking clinching and shit. What I'm saying, he don't want to fight. All right, right here, right here, right here, right here. Hands are up where they know they're supposed to be. God damn, where the fuck is it? Okay, got to be this. Hands where they're supposed to be because his hands are up. Boom. What can you do about that? It's boxing. What can you do about that? What can you do about that? Help me, all these online coaches.
All right, I've heard enough. Okay. Listen. It probably was more than that. That was just a snippet being placed, I guess, online. I will tell you, and I'm just going to be honest, right? Just because that's just the type of person that I am, right? I think that Brian Norman Sr. kind of let the limelight rock him to sleep, right? All this attention he was getting, he was on everybody's podcast talking. You know, if y'all pay attention, after a while, we didn't see Bill because Bill was somewhere getting his son trained and ready, right? Like, y'all know Bill, like, I can't stand Bill Haney. I'm gonna step right on his toe when I see him. But with all of that, Bill still had enough wherewithal to know that I got to take this fight seriously. And Brian Jr., he addressed it in his Mill City interview. I mean, not Mill City, in his Cigar Talk interview. And he was like, listen, I wasn't respecting him as a man. So when I say I think that they let the limelight, you know, rock them to sleep, I think that all of it, the attention they were getting, they're not used to that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of, you know, running around that whole Boots debacle, but just on a norm, I don't think that they were used to that. This was a very big stage, you know, maybe lights too bright. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he had nothing but the purest intentions for his son. I'm pretty sure that he wanted his son to win just so he can shut Bill Haney up, because Lord knows I would have loved that. But the fact of the matter is, I just don't think that he was focused on the right things when he was supposed to be. And again, as he just said, you know, he was telling his son what to do. It's all about if they listen or not too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those things, a lot of those factors could have played a part in that situation. I also don't think that after Brian Norman Jr. got knocked down that he was the same. I think that that kind of surprised him. And I think that after that, I think he was a little hesitant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe around to kind of heat back up, maybe around 5 or 6 or 7. But by that time, Devin is touch me, tease me, hug me, hold me. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm just being honest, I think that he could have focused a little bit more and just, you know, paid attention to the task at hand and not let the circus of the media and all the attention kind of rock him to sleep. You know what I'm saying? To put it, you know, nice. So, I mean, I think that's where we are with that situation. I mean, and you know, Junior is doing what he feels is best for himself. He's seeking outside counsel, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like as long as their relationship as father and son is still intact, then everything else can fall to the wayside as far as I'm concerned. But I don't know what y'all think. Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if Karen can hear you or not. But I think you're spot on. I think that it's tough because you got to a point where really quick you were talk of the town. You were people that, I mean, and what you said was also spot on. You got to the point where they were using you to say some other fighter who has been putting on for quite some time and have been headlining really wouldn't want no part of you. So if it's pushed and you start to believe it enough, you might get a little bit complacent. And I think that in the process of that and trying to establish themselves as a big draw, a big name, They forgot about Devin Haney being a very good fighter, a very good boxer, I should say. And having a couple of bad performances, but still, even in the Ryan fight, I mean, people talk bad about him. He did get knocked down a lot of times. He got back up a lot, and he continued to fight on. And I mean, he was getting hit with stuff that usually put folk out. So it was never going to be easy. It was all about whether Devin was going to come in there with the right frame of mind or not. Because in the Ramirez fight, he looked like he was vulnerable. He looked like he could be touched. He looked like there were opportunities that Ramirez was right in front of him and threw no punches, that if he was in front of him, he could throw punches and do something about it. But like I say, and like you alluded to, them going radio silent, to me, let me know that hey, they recognize what this moment is. They recognize what this moment is, and they're focused. And they were putting together a plan, and I don't think that they really prepped for the fact that Devin might be a little bit more than what they thought met the eye. Because, there was no contingency plan. And like you said, there was, in the moment where he needed him most, the advisement he gave him was very, very below amateurish in level. It's like, yo, how you gonna let him do that? Oh, you got to get him right back now. What's wrong with you? That's not what you do when you're in the corner and your fighter has just suffered a knockdown. Nah, you pick him up, you shake him down, you get the cold press on him, the ice on him, start massaging him down. Oh, that's all right. It's all right. Now we in a fight. That boy came and brought his lunch pail. He ready to scrap. Are you ready to scrap? Let's go. Let's focus up. This is what I need you to do. We're going to shake that off, and this is how we're going to get back to work. He didn't get any of that. And prior to that, it was a whole bunch of he ain't this, he ain't that. And I think that culminated with the fact that Devin, quote unquote, being pillow fisted, but yet still putting him down. It shook him for 4 rounds. And for 4 rounds, where he should have been doing his work to get back, there was no work for him to do because there was no adjustments that should have been, that they did put in place to be made so that they could do anything. And then it was too late at that point.
I definitely agree. And another thing that I'll say, and Brian, he mentioned this in his interview with Cigar Talk that, his instructions from his father was like, go get him. He ain't got nothing for you. Like, you can't really say stuff like that so early in the fight because everybody is dangerous from what I've been told. Round 1, 2, 3, and they're all dangerous. They come out, they have the most energy, and you never know. But to his credit, he recognized his flaw, not respecting Devin as a man. And I do think that a lot of what the fans were saying got into their head that Devin is pillow fisted. Now, I can say that because he ain't gonna touch me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't punching on me. You know what I'm saying? And we've heard other guys say that, but you have to look at these other guys, some of their chins, or maybe, like he said, just simply not respecting him as a man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was ultimately his downfall, or ultimately his, demise for whatever it's worth. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he does want a rematch, the fact that he does want to go and get it back in blood, I salute him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still waiting for that Ryan versus Devin rematch announcement. So the fact that he definitely wants his belt back and he's willing to get back in the ring with him, that lets me know that at least his mind is in the right place. And if he has to sit his father down and go bring some additional help in, I really don't see the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like with the whole situation with Senior, man, it's a sticky situation because it's like he trying to do is just like better himself in the situation. And then of course I seen the little clip with Senior where he pretty much mentioned that why would he be on there if he's not the head guy? You know what I'm saying? Which is, I was like, that's a little nasty working that in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like regardless if your son wants you to be in his corner, like even if you're not the head guy, like you should still honor that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, due to the fact that that's who he trusts you. He trusts you. He still wants you a part of what he got going on 100%. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was a little bit indifferent from a little different from him, in that perspective. But I just felt like they definitely just kind of underestimated him. And then, with the situation with Brian Norman Jr., he's not athletic as other people probably thought. in particular. You know what I'm saying? And I do admire, the fact that he does, do want to get it back in, blood for us that, which it'll probably take some time for that, for us to pass that both of them are on. But he's not taking, Junior's not taking the loss like bad like other fighters that we've seen in recent time, man. Like we done seen other fighters in recent time and you know, take a loss real bad to where we don't even see him for a while. And
Right.
Junior's, he's talking about coming right back in about March and April.
Yeah, he's definitely getting back in the ring. But first, y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel if you are not already subbed, and any support to the channel is much appreciated. You can cash at me, you can super chat me to answer your question. I don't know what this is. What's your name? Tank Fan 86. Do I think that Derek James can revamp Norman's style? Yeah, if they work at it. I mean, obviously he's going to have to be retrained, I guess. So everything he's learned is going to be difficult, but if he really focuses and puts his mind to it, I don't see why not. And I tell you what, with Derek James in his corner, the power that young man has and the will that he has is going to be an interesting combination. So if he does select Derek James, because I don't know if that was just a meeting or if they're officially working together, but if he does select Derek James, I'm interested to see how he'll look moving forward for sure. But to your point, Cam, I think that Brian's in his feelings. And to say something like that when you know how close you and your son are, you could tell that it's a little, you know what I'm saying? It's a little salt there. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's interesting though with the Derek James move because of the fact that his manager is Adrian Clark, and Adrian Clark is Errol Spence manager as well. So you put two and two together, you see how that worked together with both of those guys connected with the same manager and everything. As far as that, it seemed like Adrian Clark kind of hooked that together, as far as them two guys with Derek James and Brian Norman Jr.
Okay, so here's my point, right? If he does select Derek James, if he does come back, who do we think he should fight at 147 to at least work his way back in the mix, right? Because, like you said, I don't think Devin is going to be interested in giving him a rematch immediately, if at all, if I'm being honest. So, who do y'all think is going to be a good option for him?
I mean, if you're looking at top rank opponents at 147, probably looking more so like maybe like a Rohan Polanco, something like that. Like somebody that's, contending, that's, working, that's putting in some pain right now, that you can go over and, take that little spot away from them and, be back in contention. That's what it looks like the path that they're trying to do right now, as far as what Brian Norman Jr. was saying on Cigar Talk on this interview the other day.
I mean, as for myself, I think that's more than likely going to be the route. It'll be a fighter like Rohan Polanco or a fighter like Delonte Johnson, Tiger Johnson. Somebody who they want to see who they're going to invest their money on, because it's not been a banner year for a lot of people in boxing, and they have to cut costs as much. So you'll see him in those fights where he got to test his mettle. And those are the fights that's going to help him get back on the platform where you need to be, where he contending and fighting in title fights. So I think that those are the fights you'll see now. So Rohan Polanco, I think Delonte or Tiger Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna go that Tiger Johnson route.
Tiger's awkward. I'm not sure if they'll go that route. Shout out to G Tatted Up. What's up with you? Make sure y'all smash that like button when y'all get in the building. Empty the clip. What's good? Yeah. I was thinking Tiger Johnson too. You're welcome, Tank Fan. We all know Haney is pure trash. Well, listen, we ain't gonna get into all that, y'all. Y'all have to stop this. But I don't disagree. But listen, it is what it is at this point. I think that Devin is kind of just gonna move on. Who he's gonna end up fighting next, who knows? Because as we remember, he too has a delusional market value. And it appears as if all of his oppositions are going to be tying themselves up with other opponents. We got Mario Barrios getting ready to fight Ryan Garcia. It looks like Rolly is going to be forced to fight his mandatory. It looks like Lewis Crocker has become the prettiest girl at the prom. Everybody want to fight him, child. So who knows, what Devin's next move is going to be. But I don't think he'll be looking to go into an immediate rematch with Brian Norman Jr., if we're being honest. So,
sis, I got a question. Sis.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So, I've been seeing the Devin Haney fans, they've been pushing for this Keyshawn Davis fight now. A guy that ain't even currently fighting at 147.
Right.
And why is they pushing more hard for a Keyshawn Davis fight than the fight that they've been crying about the last year and a half, almost 2 years?
Well, because it's clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? We know that. We know what it is. I mean, they'd rather cry about it than get it back in blood. Isn't that obvious? I mean, I would have thought the writing is on the wall with that one.
I be watching them. I'm watching them. I'm listening to them and everything. They talking. Everybody they talking. Oh, Keyshawn Davis. That's the fight that we want because they seen Devin. Say time about he on the list and everything. So his whole little Hanos clan. They done ran with that fight right there. Thomas Hill, what you think about that right there, man? Why they pushing more for a Keyshawn Davis fight?
Hold on, because Ryan's on the list too. Is he not?
I mean, he's on the list, but that's what I'm saying. Since they disregard Ryan, they like, oh, he lost the road. They still talking about Rolly beating Ryan. Like,
what does that mean?
Like they
what
beat
does that
Ryan.
have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? That has absolutely nothing to do with the situation at hand that y'all need to rematch, because personally, I would like to know one way or the other. Was it the Austrian, or did he just whoop your ass like he's done 3 times before? Because let's not forget, they fought 6 times in the amateur split 3-3. So the fact that they're running around here acting like it is completely out of the realm of possibility for Ryan to beat Devin is completely absurd and insane. And they have to stop this. In 2026, everybody that can hear the sound of my voice, on JQB, we are normalizing telling the truth, and we are going to normalize facts. That's just what it is. The bottom line is they would rather run around here crying about Osterine than proving that the only reason that Ryan beat him was because of Osterine. They just simply don't want, in my personal opinion, and we heard what Ryan Garcia told Custer. Bill told Ryan Garcia. Bill said that Ryan Garcia is a crackhead and that he has no interest in fighting him. So
recently,
there's that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, on the Ryan Custer. Yeah,
yes, he did that.
Recently. This happened a couple of weeks ago.
On the Last Stand podcast. I played it on my show. Last week.
Dude? My internet.
They said they are not interested in fighting Ryan Garcia.
What?
From Bill Haney himself.
Yeah, he said that Ryan is a crackhead and he has no interest in fighting him.
Which is odd, because I think that's their biggest fight, especially the way things are looking now. That's the biggest fight that they can make.
And you see, Thomas, I don't know if you just got here, but earlier in the show, I talked about these boys and their delusional market value, right? So the only way that, honestly, Devin is going to make the money that he's looking for is in a rematch with Ryan Garcia, whether he wants to accept that or not.
That's a fact. The money that kid wants to fight anybody, 3-4 million, even if it's 2 million, it's got to be somebody that sells tickets with him. That's a big fight with him, unless Turkey's paying him. And I don't see Turkey making too many moves or setting up too many fights.
You didn't see Turkey jumping for that Lewis Crocker fight either. Turkey wants the Rock'em Sock'em robot fights. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't think that Turkey fancies Devin as much as Devin would like to think so. I think that he gave Brian Norman that fight because he wanted Brian Norman to get Devin Haney out of his hair once and for all. But that's just my personal opinion.
I think me and you think a lot alike, Jeff. That's what I think.
Great logical thinking, sir.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's very logical thinking. Hey, this is my thing with Turkey though. Like, he ain't even paying. Like, this man is not paying for a lot of fights I had. Like, he ain't even paying for Vergil and Boost. Like, What's up with this little PIF fund money over there, man? Me and sister talked about this shit and told y'all.
It's not,
and it
bro.
told y'all that this shit is limited now, bro. Like he's not paying for each and every fight millions of dollars. He's paying for the fights that he wants to have on display, man.
See,
That's just the
people
fact of the
forget, bro.
matter.
He's a sick man. The reason he was able to go over here and do all this shit with this unlimited stack of money is because he's a dying man, and the prince is his best friend. People forget it. I don't know if they were paying attention or
Well, yeah, the
not when the
prince is
guy
his
first
the
started coming
prince is
around.
his best friend, but even with that, people are not in the business of losing money. I've been told that
What?
Turkey has, like you said, unlimited
100%.
funds, and but any business is not in the business of losing their damn money. Nobody's in that
Yeah,
business. I don't care how much money you got. Even billionaires are always looking at ways to make more money. They're not
and
looking at ways to just give away money without any type of return on their investment. That's ludicrous. That's a suicide mission for any business.
that's 100% facts. But I think in Turkey's case, he was able to put on all these fights without worrying about making money because it was his, like, because he's got like some sort of rare blood cancer or some shit. I could be remembering it wrong, but he's got some sort of illness to where it could be over any day now. Like he's sick, and that's what I thought he let him do. Go ahead, go put on some fights. But he outlasted the time and the money that they gave him to put on fights. Nobody in
Yeah, I
Saudi
don't know about
Arabia is
that.
clamoring for boxing.
I think that what
Nobody.
happens was he's in charge of entertainment. So they let him oversee that for the time being. They weren't really paying attention at first to how much money he was pouring into it because he was putting on all these elaborate events. So at first glance, it would appear as if they
Yeah,
were making a lot of money. But I think that once he opened up that balance book, that checkbook, and saw that that balance sheet wasn't balancing, he started
exactly.
having some questions and started making some inquiries. And so here we are with Zufa, which, by the way, guys, as I told you before, they premiere next week. Thank you, Ruben. They premiere next week on the 23rd. And we're gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna sneak on over to Paramount Child. I'm gonna be masked up. I'm gonna be over there on official Jab Queen Boxing Business. So don't nobody shout me out if y'all see me in the comment section. I am on official Jab Queen Business. I'm gonna be over there with my ski mask on. I'm definitely gonna be over there because I want to see what they got going on. I want to see how it's structured, and I want to see, what it
Production.
looks like over there. It's gonna be
Yep.
in the Apex building, from what I understand. So we'll definitely see what's going on with it. They probably gonna be getting $10 a fight. Dana White is cheap. You know what I'm saying? And he got the feds on his ass.
12.
So
12.
we're definitely
You see,
gonna see what's going
they
on.
got four shows lined up. They have four
Yes,
shows
I
lined up
saw
in
that
like in a
too.
matter of like that month span from like
Yeah,
the end of January
Oh, my
towards
sis in the
like middle of
building,
February.
Miss Cam J. What's going on? Yeah, I
what's up,
know.
Miss
Um,
MJ?
we're gonna see, and he probably gonna have the same niggas fighting because listen, he recycles them, baby. But
Yeah,
we're
you gotta
definitely
get
gonna
it.
see what he got going on.
You got to get fans interested, though. The activity is king in boxing. It's just nowadays these superstars we all want to watch and see. They don't fight often enough, and that's how you get the public's interest. If they don't
Well,
catch
they
on the
don't
first
fight.
time, the second time they'll be here. If they don't catch on by the second time, the third fight of that year, people are going to be paying attention. And you run
They don't fight
programming
because
with
they
it.
have delusional market values. D1, they have
Exactly.
delusional market values, turning down opportunities because of the price tag
Exactly.
attached to them instead of just getting their ass in there and doing what they signed up to do. So
Yep.
that is the era that we've entered, the era of the DMV, the delusional
The
market
worst,
value.
worst ever, softest shit I've ever seen. Boxers are supposed to box. They're supposed to
Mm,
fight. This shit,
yeah, but
it ain't that.
Man, talking about delusional value. Vergil
am I not
Ortiz
coming
and
through
them.
clear? Hold on. Am I not coming through clear? Big Dre is saying the show keeps breaking up. Can
Nah, you're
anybody else
coming.
hear me?
I
No,
can
we
hear
can hear
you
you. I can hear you
100%.
good.
I'm
I
about
hear
to
you
say,
good,
I
good,
done
sis.
spent this money on this mic, honey. I done got mother a mic. We moving on up, y'all. Mother done got her a mic, child.
Moving on
But
up.
we moving
Yeah, you
on
sound
up,
perfect,
honey,
sis. You sound clear. You
to
sound
the east
crispy.
side. I don't know
Crystal.
Yeah,
what Big Dre talking about then. I don't know
the
what Big
Crispy.
Dre's
people,
talking
the
about then.
the people who invest in this stuff are normally the ones who win. The people that invest their time, their money, your effort. That's who wins. You just got to stay consistent.
So what can we do, guys? I posed this question before. What can we do? These boys are very delusional. The market value is delusional. But what can we do? I mean, obviously the show or the lack thereof ticket sales is the reason that's a part of showing them, right? We show them with our dollars that we're not interested in some of the fights that they've just been shoving down our mouth like slop. But what else? I mean, us, obviously with channels and panels, we can talk about it, but we have to really show them. And then, with the extra charges of the pay-per-view. So not only are you selling tickets that are not moving, you're charging the pay-per-view and things like that. I think Turkey really needs to understand, the value of some of these fighters that he has fighting for him, and some of the Hasten and some of the matchups that he's putting on just are not as interesting to a lot of the fight fans as he may think they are. They're interesting to him, you know what I mean? And I guess that's how he justifies putting them on, but they're not interesting to the masses, which are us. You know what I mean? So
Where it can start is this sort of big fight between Tio and Shakur. I mean, it's a huge fight to us, to me, you, Cam, Thomas, Big
speak for
Dre,
yourself.
Salute, Big Doug. It matters to us. Who wins matters, and I think that's where people get confused of big and matters. And you know what I mean? A big fight is a fight that sells. That's the only thing that makes a fight large or small. How much tickets it sells, that's how we make money here.
Right. And
So
so, but here's the thing though, do you want to, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to really horn in on that, right? Because you keep saying like it's a big fight. It's not going to do anything
no,
for
I'm
either
not.
division, right? Because Shakur has already said he's dropping the belts. So you're taking them do the same shit that Bud did. And now the whole thing is in disarray again. We can't get no unifications because your ass ain't going to have no belts. Tio ain't going to have no damn belts. So it's going to be like, you know what I mean?
It
I
is
just really
kind of
wish
a.
people would let
It is.
well enough
It's
be. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
kind of it's kind of in between, and I hear you on that. I'm just saying we know the two guys, so we're anxious for it. They need to get in there and perform and put on a fight.
Yeah, that's
Don't
where I'm
don't
at
go out
with
there
it.
boxing and shit, because boxing, nobody ever gave a fuck about no boxing. They just haven't. The sweet science of boxing never sold units, never no time. They care about shows and performances, guys beating each other up or at least making an effort to do so. And that's where we can
Right.
start. But then you got to
More
capitalize on that.
entertaining for
Fight in
sure.
5 months. Fight
More
fight in
entertaining
five
for sure.
5 or 4 months from then. You know what I'm saying? More activity.
Yeah,
The more times you're out here, the more people catch on. The more people want to hear your story and see you fight. It's you got to
absolutely.
people got to like the fighter. The person throwing the punches, you can't like. That's why Terrence Crawford never sold no units really.
You know
Because
what? That's a
you
really
like the
good
person.
point. And I mentioned that on the last show. Neither one of these two gentlemen are that charismatic, right? Shakur is
They're
very
not.
quiet, very reserved, and Tio thinks he's funny, but he's corny. So they're not
Cringe.
connecting with the general public at all. But let's
Cringy.
go ahead to Big Dre. Big Dre, what's up with it?
What's going on? How y'all doing? D1 Salute Camp J,
Big Dre, what's poppin' with you, my brother?
Thomas Hill, the mayor of
Big drop
YouTube.
Dre, the voiceover.
you know, well, talking about Tio and Shakur and their lack of ticket sales, you got two fighters who are both better on the back foot than they are on the front foot. You got two fighters who, you got Shakur, who is defense first always. Um, his punch output is, selective. And he has put on some real stinkers in the last few fights. Then you got Tio, who people just want to see him get his ass whipped, but it's not. I don't want to pay $80 to see him get his ass whipped because it's
And let's
not.
be
We're
honest, we're not going to see him
fighting
get his
Shakur.
ass up. We're going to see him get outpointed.
Because fighting
Now, if he was
Shakur, he's
really
not going to get his ass whooped.
exactly.
So you gotta. So I'm gonna go to New York, and I'm gonna spend. What you want me to spend $200 on a ticket? You want me to get a hotel room that's gonna cost me? What we pay for that room? D1 $700. Uh,
Yeah.
the last time we went up, a room cost
Yeah. Easy.
$700.
Oh, it cost shit 2,600. But I looked out for you, dog. That's all. I was supposed to
So,
give it.
but it's
Lord.
You know,
That's what it
then you
cost,
got
though. It was expensive as fuck.
it
Pissed
was
me off.
expensive as hell. You know, we
But
went up for the tank fight.
there's
And
no
Oh, well,
feeling in
that
the world
explains it.
like being live at a fight when somebody can get knocked
Hmm.
the fuck out. The
Oh man,
tension,
but that's what, and
the
thank you, D1. That is my point exactly. I feel like it's not a lot of buzz around this fight, and it's not a lot of people running down there to buy tickets because there's not a high probability of somebody getting knocked out.
that that is
But see, this is the
150%.
problem with that.
Go ahead.
This is the problem with that. This is one of the fights that the people wanted to see, correct?
yes,
Like
it's a
this
hype.
is one.
I
Well,
never wanted to see
So,
this fight.
I never heard
but I'm
anybody
just.
ask for it particularly. But yeah, it took two names. They tried, but then Tio dropped the ball against Sandor Martin, and then that washed the taste out of our mouth. We don't want to see Tio get outboxed. Fucking Sandor Martin. But Tiafimo, yeah, Shakur will check hook the dog shit out of Tio, and that's why we let that one fall. Because there was a little bit, but then it went away because he dropped the ball against Sandor, or else Top Rank would have been made that fight.
Well, it's when you talk about To and Shakur and wanting to see the fight. Yes, we want to see the fight, but we don't want to see it as the main event. It's not worthy of a main event fight. Um, and I tell you right now, I don't know four people on the. There's so little buzz about this fight. I haven't heard about anybody on the undercard. I haven't heard who the co-main is.
The co-main is
This
Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz, but mind your business, right? So you said, so who doesn't sell tickets? He sold out Prudential Center 2 to 3 times, and you love KO, and the KO ratio of any boxer is low except a few. It's not necessarily about the KO. I would like to see engaging fights, and maybe he did sell out the Prudential Center 2 or 3 times. How long ago was that? Are you talking about the last fight where the people were walking out? Is that the fight you're referring to?
Mm.
Anyway, what you were saying?
And- I
oh
mean, and
well,
even
when
I
you
mean,
go ahead, Cam, go ahead.
I mean, even just to add context to that, what do the Prudential Center got to do with right now? Like he had a fight 2 weeks away, Mister Mind Your Business. Like you need to mind your business and go buy a ticket or something since you up here coming up here with your cape on for Shakur.
It's not about coming up here with his cape on, and he can say what he'd like to say. We are free for him. He can pop his shit just
Absolutely,
everybody else. But like
absolutely.
I said before, in 2026 on JQB, we're going to normalize telling the truth, and we're going to normalize facts. And the facts are the matter is I took the screenshot 5 minutes before I came live, and it looks the same way it did last week when I took this screenshot. Unless Ticketmaster just ain't updating. So I
I
can't
mean,
argue
that's a
with
lot.
facts
That's a
if
lot
you
of
That
want
dark
to.
blue in there.
No, you
It is.
definitely got to dig a little deeper, though. You can't just look at and see. It's not that whole section is open. It could be like individual tickets for each one. See how it's light blue, dark blue. You click on
Well, the
that, and then
light
it'll
blue
tell
means that
you
the tickets are reserved. The dark blue means that the tickets are available. Gray means that they're sold out. But I mean, that's fine. We can definitely dig a
really.
little
So,
deeper.
but it could be 1 or 10 or 100 in each section, right? Like that's how it goes. That's what I thought.
Well, tickets
So
in the section that are blue. I mean, they're not going to leave it all blue for one ticket. Do you want? It has
No,
to be a
like
majority of the tickets, correct?
yeah, that's what I would think. That's what I would think.
yeah, I think the way Ticketmaster does it is if it's gray, it's completely sold out. There may be one
Yes.
or two. They
The
will put a blue
darker the
spot in there
colors, the more tickets.
if there's a ticket available. If there's more than 51% of tickets available in that section, it will be dark
Exactly.
blue.
Exactly.
So, um, and if you've got in order for it to go light blue, um, it's about 50%, and you've got to be 90% to go gray.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that's the way.
the outer tickets are sold, and it looks like maybe a couple of the sections on either side of the arena where you walk in are kind of gray, but then we have the outer sections all here that are dark blue. So maybe these people just don't want to sit in those particular seats. I'm not sure what's going on. I just see more blue than anything else. That's all my point was.
Yeah, and 220 in section 225, row 18, 1 through 8 tickets together, 5 listings. So it's 5 listings of 1 through 8 tickets. So that's 40, 50 tickets in
And
that
that's in one
section.
section, correct?
Yeah. Man, I
Yeah. So
thought
like
this
Big
shit
Dre
would be
said, it has
getting
to be more
better
than
than that.
51%.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a friend of mine does
Th-
is a show
This is
promoter
this is the big
or
joint,
was a
right?
show
Yeah, this is
promoter.
MSG.
Yeah, that's
They
that's
got
the
the
that's
whole
that's
shit
the
though.
big ring in MSG.
Man,
You know, they're gonna mess
I
around and
pray
put that
for
in the
boxing
Hulu
to do
theater.
better, and it just doesn't, man. Unless there's a fear of
Well,
somebody getting detached from their
you know,
consciousness.
it seems that I'm being labeled a hater because I'm showing y'all the ticket sales. The gentleman, mind your business, he's telling me that I'm the same person that said that Canelo and Crawford was not selling. I don't remember that, but
Excuse me.
whatever. Um,
Yeah, he's out of there.
listen, they argue with facts. I don't. Anyway, what you were saying?
Better luck next time, champ. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? How are you hating by looking? Because, Jab, I know you are just like me. You want boxing to do well. You want those tickets to be sold the fuck out
You know
five
what,
times
honey?
over.
I don't care what these people got going on. I'm going to tell the truth. And the truth of the
I know.
matter is I can only report what I see. And if I see dark blue, I'm going to say I see dark blue. Now,
That's what it
if the
is.
Ticketmaster got it wrong, then the Ticketmaster got it wrong, honey. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
But there
yeah.
is no buzz for this fight, as we previously said. I'm not the only one saying you're going to call me a hater. You're going to call Teofimo Lopez a hater because he the one that posted it on his damn account. So
And
now
that's
I'm
not.
hating because I reported what he damn said. And I said the same thing before I even saw this shit. So that
I
means
can
me
tell.
and Tio a hater and he the A side in that fight? That makes sense?
Right? I can tell by like the shorts views. Like when it's a big fight, eh, the views go crazy. When it's not, they don't. I've made 10 shorts on Tio and
And it
Shakur,
has to be
and you guys don't
people
watch the
like
shit.
once again, and I said this previously before, just because they're big on YouTube or just because you like them does not
Exactly.
translate to ticket sales or does not translate to the masses. That's just a
And that's a
fact.
fact. It's a fact. People put their personal feelings and stuff like that. Like earlier with the big fight shit, like people want it to be because it's your favorite fighter in that fight. So you want it to be this big, enormous fight. And then the facts of the matter are it's not that big of a fight, man. No buzz
You know,
about it. Maybe the buzz will pick up. Hopefully it will. Like last week of the fight. What date is it today? The 15th?
yeah, the fight is on the 31st. What's that, the last Saturday of the month?
Yeah, we got 2
They
whole weeks.
15 days away.
They better be doing like the inside camp, a day in the life. Like I just watched Andy Cruz's day in the life for Eddie Hearn Matchroom. Eddie, where's the fucking program in that? You need to
Yeah.
start promoting this fight if you want it to do good in America. We have very low fucking attention spans as boxing fans. They just do. You need to keep this shit in their head, in their image all day long.
No, you have to get people amped about this fight. And like I said, neither one of them are like real big talkers. So it's gonna be hard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly when they do like the next press conference, if Keyshawn and Jermaine Ortiz are there, maybe it'll turn up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because Keyshawn, you know, he's a talker, he likes to pop his shit, which is what people want to
Yeah.
see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully if they do that, if they all just sitting up there somber looking crazy, expect it not to be. I mean, you have to excite the people.
I
It's
hope
just a
Keyshawn
fact.
rolls, buddy. I hope Keyshawn beats Ortiz up and excites boxing fans once again. I'm
That's
rooting for
going to
the
be a
kid because
fight.
I
But
think
one
he's
thing
the
I will
only
say is
one.
Keyshawn, yeah, yep,
He's
and
the only
Shushu,
one that got it like
Shushu
that. Like
too,
he
Can
can
I ask
punch,
you a
Shushu.
question?
Nah,
he
Why
can
Shushu,
talk.
Shushu gonna throw them hands too. Shushu
Yep,
gonna throw
I
them
like
hands. But
him too.
Keyshawn, I know he gonna make it a fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like. I like to see
And
that
he
type of
talks his
shit.
shit too. And
Hey,
he's
Yep.
sis, let me
constantly
ask you a
in people's
question,
face.
sis.
Hmm.
Why did that man Keyshawn on the Last Stand podcast the other day said that was he not Jermaine Ortiz, he go be the face of boxing?
Because they're all thirsty for that top spot. But again, delusional. You know what I'm
Delusion.
saying? So, you know, who knows? It's just what it is. I mean, I know these boys are looking to be the face of boxing, and obviously they want the attention. They want to be able to name their price. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with, like we discussed before, quality opposition. And let's just be honest, either you got it or you don't. It's not no pick one, choose one, this one, that one. It's like look at what happened.
The all important.
Canelo Canelo was beat by Bud. Bud didn't become the face of boxing. You don't just become the face of boxing because you beat the face of boxing, especially a guy that's already been beaten twice before you. Did Better Be become the face of boxing when he beat Canelo?
Nope.
So it's like y'all got to really pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a number of components to be the face of boxing.
The
You know what
it
I'm saying?
factor,
So
like the
yeah,
proverbial it. You gotta have it. Like you gotta be able to get in front of the camera, make people want to come watch your fight because of the shit you're doing on the camera. The boxing in the gym isn't enough anymore. It never was enough. People gotta like the person, and that's part of the it factor. If people don't genuinely like you, you'll be hard pressed to
exactly.
grow into the face of boxing. It's like it's hard to explain the it factor. You gotta have
Well,
it.
you know,
You gotta that
Keyshawn
charisma.
thinks he's got it
I
because
think he's the closest one. I think out of all the kids nowadays, you look at all of them, Keyshawn's the one that got the it in the personality. Might not be the best fighter out of all of them. Might not, you know what I'm saying, excite as much as people want, but he fights, man. He can fight and he can talk. He's the one who, to me, when I look at these kids, Abdullah too, but he's not. He's
Yeah, but
not very
Abdullah's not very
personable.
vocal. He's not very
That's what
vocal.
I'm
His
saying.
luckily for him, you know what I'm saying, he gives you very entertaining fights. So that's
Scooter,
definitely a factor. So, you know what I'm saying? Scooter Davis,
Scooter,
absolutely.
my
You know
guy.
what I'm saying? So
I'm
what's
rooting
going
for
on?
him.
Hold on one second. Too Rich, where the hell you been at?
Hey, what's going on, Jab Queen? What's
Damn, my
going
Where
on,
you
boy.
been
fellas?
at? Where you
Uh,
been at?
What up, Sam?
schedule change. I just been watching from a distance. That's all. Trying to work on
Okay,
my
baby.
channel.
Well, I hope everything is all right with you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Okay.
son.
Well, y'all go ahead and mute up. What's up, Sin? What you got for the show, baby? We were talking about the delusional market value of some of these fighters. We talked about Ryan Norman Jr. possibly pairing up. Somebody got to mute their TV or something. Possibly pairing up with Derek James. We talked obviously about Oscar putting Vergil
Sin, you
Ortiz in
got
the gold
feedback.
protection program. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It didn't happen before these two got up here. We
It's
talked about
Sin.
Sin.
He's got a mute.
That was Sin. Sin got to mute your TV or whatever you're watching me on, baby. But those are what we covered basically tonight. And then I was just going into some of the minor things that we saw. But those were the major topics. And obviously Richardson Hitchins and Devin Haney's online back and forth, and just Richardson Hitchins thinking that he's in a position to name his price. Basically, we were just talking about the delusional market value of some of these fighters and how that prevents us sometimes from getting some of the fights that we want to see. So, what are your thoughts on that? And then we'll go to you, Rich.
I hear me good. I still got feedback.
No, you better.
You good? Salute, bro.
All right. Well, nah, I was just I was just popping in on y'all conversation. I heard y'all talking about faces of boxing and all that good stuff. And I just, not even I feel like what we don't acknowledge about this whole face of boxing discussion is that the face of boxing is probably doesn't have to say that they're the face of boxing for us to deem them as the face of boxing.
Fact.
So all the people who's claiming that they're the face of boxing is like, these are the most laughable faces of boxing that you could ever find. And like, I just feel like, when people have to say a certain thing, or the more vocal that they have to be about it, it probably, whatever that it factor is, it's probably not there. Whatever fans that we're expecting to show up for Shakur and T.O., I think that Shakur has already peaked out. They're not going to galvanize new fans to come watch the sport or see what they're about, because we already kind of got a good gist of what their talents, of what their talent may yield. So I just feel like, as far as the face of boxing discussion, a lot of people are, zealous for that position, but the person who they're trying to be like does the least talking. We probably never heard him say that he was the face of boxing himself, but you see where all of the attention goes. So all these other people that's talking about it, at best, they're just talking about it. But that's all I got for that part.
Well, when you start talking about the face of boxing, the face of boxing is the person who is filling up stadiums, filling up arenas, selling out, 300,000 pay-per-view is a norm for them. And when you start looking at people who are claiming to be, claiming to be the face of boxing, and you can't sell out, you can't get a 90%, ticket sales in your hometown. Yeah, Keyshawn can do that, but the scope only holds 11,000 people down there in Norfolk, Virginia. But when you sell out 10,000 plus seats and you are not a champion, and it's not a championship fight, you got a good road to go on. But in those type of situations, moving up to that next level to be all that and the bag of chips, that's a big step, to go from selling out 10,000 seats to selling out 17,000, 18,000 seats. Barclays Center holds 19,000 seats. They had 18,000 and some change in there for the Tank fight. When it came down to looking at numbers, the only people who beat him in a dollar figure was the Rolling Stones. It's night and day. You got to look at the number of people who come in to see, the number of pay-per-views that there are. Free TV is one thing, but when people are going to put out their money and buy that pay-per-view so that it's on their account, that's a different story altogether.
Well, part of the reason I think that most people watch Tank fights, for one, aside from the excitement, that we know that his talent brings, is that we know that he's a smaller fighter, for one. So it always, he's always at a disadvantage. So to see the smaller guy take on, guys who always have a height or a reach advantage or some sort of physical advantage, and to see that guy go against that and always make it look easy, that naturally garners a certain level of attention. Those other guys calling themselves the faces of boxing are always competing for him. You don't see them put themselves up against those same challenges. You don't see them fighting, noticeably bigger guys or, knockout artists or people who pose a noticeable threat. You don't see Shakur, offering himself up for that type of challenge. You don't see Teofimo. Teofimo has shown up a couple times. So I won't put that same name on him. But as far as
but he's very inconsistent. He's very inconsistent.
Right. So I think that those missing fans are coming from the people who they have already let down, as well as the people who aren't being sold on, the things that they're not willing to do, such as, call out somebody off of a great performance, an actual contender, and stop them in their tracks. You normally don't see that. And you already see that T.O. and Shakur is kind of friendly, like the face off and shit, their interactions is already kind of soft. So there's a whole lot of grand noticeable reasons why a casual would not want to watch this fight. At least I could see, that why a casual, I wouldn't want to get one of my new friends who don't watch boxing. I wouldn't tell them about this fight.
The fight,
they just have to see it on TV.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, what you think too, Rich? What are your thoughts too, Rich?
Yeah. I say this. When you say the face of boxing, it seems like y'all got two slots open. So if you say who's the face of boxing, that would be Canelo. All right. Let me tell you the difference. Canelo was an undisputed champion. If you go back to Floyd Mayweather, he fought all the names. He fought all the champions. If you go back before that, who was the face? Well, Mike Tyson. He was an undisputed champion. At some point, the one that's the face, he has to he has to beat those guys. Like, it's almost like y'all got separate compartments. Like Tank fight your set of people. Shakur fight your set of people, and Devin fight your set of people, and we are comparative. No, 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 it don't work like that. The face is the biggest competitor.
Well,
I understand
hold on,
popularity.
too, Rich. Let me just correct you really quickly before you continue. I have always said that I want Javante to fight Shakur Stevenson. However, I've also said that it's not only up to him to fight everybody. These niggas need to fight each other. That's the only way we will know for sure. But don't come over here with that shit because I've always said that is a fight that I want. Now I don't know. Maybe some other Tank fans are scared, or maybe they don't know. I want that fight more. I want that fight so bad I can taste it. You understand me?
Okay,
If for
but
no other reason than to stop having this stupid ass conversation.
Amen
and
to
I
that.
get it. That's all I'm saying. The face is supposed to be the biggest competitor. We had even with Canelo, we ran a situation where the guys that we say are the face have fights they just don't fight. They just don't
Yeah.
fight, and we'll sit there and look. I'm not a believer that people are for the numbers like y'all act like they are. I've been shown different. See, I watched Errol Spence do his biggest pay-per-view. I saw him and it's not even been counted. Nobody talks about it. Why? Because he lost the fight. Because if you get in a real fight,
Errol Spence.
who wins the fight will trump the numbers. They will
Yeah.
trump the numbers. And if that guy loses, them numbers won't matter. Them
If
numbers won't
Errol was
matter like y'all
active,
think they
he
matter. They
would be.
matters when you got an A side guy carrying a fight against a B side guy, and y'all trying to see who carries the fight the better. Mayweather didn't carry no fight. He was fighting names. Them people had their own names. It was two names in the ring, not one guy carrying a fight and then compare it to the other guy carrying a fight. So I just think
Okay,
we're a little lost in what boxing is right now. And here we are, got a great fight with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevens. And a lot of people say they don't even want to see the fight. Well, who do you want to watch fight? Who do you want? If you don't want to watch the best fight, who do you want to watch fight?
Who don't
I'm kind of lost. But yeah,
who
I
don't want to
landed right
watch
there.
the fight? Who said that?
yeah, nobody said
No,
they
I'm
didn't
just
want
saying
to
some
want to
people
watch
act
the
like
fight.
this fight shouldn't even be on because they go,
Well,
the
nobody
whole
said that the fight
scenario.
shouldn't be on, but I definitely did compare it to a fight that we're getting because it's being made and a fight that people ask for. See, me personally, and a lot of people say that they've asked for this fight. I've never asked for this fight. I haven't talked to anybody who said they have asked for this fight. I don't see how they could have when they were both at two different weight classes, which they are still now, and Shakur is moving up. Shakur ain't even been at 135 that long. Tio was already out of 135 by the time Shakur got there. So whoever said that they've been asking for this fight, quite frankly, I don't see why. And talking about fighting the best, Teofimo Lopez, it hasn't been decided that he's the best at 140 because the nigga won't unify. Now, as far as accolades and all his little trinkets and shit, sure, and we know he's been strategic on how he keeps those.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is a fight with two names. Yes, it is. But am I clamoring for this fight? I will be 100% honest. No. I think it's going to be a high-level chess match, and unfortunately, I'm the type of boxing fan who likes action. If I got to think and look up every move that you just made, I'm going to be extremely uninterested. I watch boxing for the entertainment, and damn sure if you're going to charge me, you better entertain me.
Okay,
Dang.
let me just rebuttal that right quick and say this. You got to think about the marketing. You got to think about marketing. In today's time, I get it. Everybody looking for excitement. And because YouTube has a voice, that marketing is going out to everybody. This guy's not exciting. That guy's not exciting. We're looking for the exciting fight. But if Mayweather existed in this era, he would be going through the same thing. But the difference is it was a different era, and PBC was marketing Mayweather, and Mayweather was marketing himself as the sweet science. So nobody had a problem with the sweet science then. Now we're singing a different tune, and I think it's leading down watching a
Hold
bunch
on.
of
Hold on.
exciting guys.
You know why? You know why?
I
You
think
know why, Too
Shakur
Rich?
over
Because
promises.
hold on, D1. You know why, Too Rich? Because even though Mayweather promised you the sweet science, how many times you don't see Mayweather in a pocket with a nigga, making him miss, not jumping back in the pocket in your face? How many times we don't see niggas low blow him, headbutt him because they so angry and frustrated that they cannot touch this man? And to your point, Mayweather did fight them goddamn names. Yes, he did. Mayweather was a dog, and that is the reason he was also the face of boxing. Because not only did he talk his shit, he proved his shit in the ring. He wasn't running around that ring scared or nothing. He was in your face, fucking you up.
Facts.
Hey, it ain't just that.
Yeah, I
But
think it's because
we also have to analyze the fact that Mayweather's marketing strategy. They called him Money May for a reason. He fought
Yeah, but
in.
that was after. Let's not forget that he was
Nah,
Pretty
nah.
Boy Floyd before he was ever Money
he
May.
was his
But yeah,
Pretty Boy
yeah,
Floyd
no,
was
no, we
from the
get that. I
beginning.
get that, but I'm just talking about his fault because my man's talking about marketing, and he's trying to equate marketing with the face of boxing and all of that shit. So I just wanted to point out the fact that Floyd was strategic in making sure that he fought a Mexican champion. All Mexican champions always have their country behind them, and he fought them on their Mexican independence days and Cinco de Mayos and everything else. So he cornered the market in doing so, and of course having that everybody wanted to see him lose on top of it. So that whole anomaly is always going to be there, no matter how he carried himself, no matter who he pissed off, or how many people may have loved him.
And aircraft hit the nail on the head. He said more people wanted to see him lose than anything. You want to know why? Because he was in your face with his bravado. Yeah, nigga, what's up? You can't whoop me, and I'm talking crazy, and I'm gonna do you dirty. This, that, and the third. He done got wobbled before. I done seen Mayweather put through the fire. Some of these niggas, I want to see them go through the fire. I don't want to hear that. Oh, he's so good, he can't get touched. That's bullshit. Mayweather was in your face making you miss. Why we can't see the same thing?
And
With
that's
some of these
the
other
thing.
fighters, but
I'm
y'all trying to
saying
tell
if
me like
you have the
they're
face,
like Mayweather. Come
if
on,
you
man.
have
He
the face,
overpromises. Listen,
Hold on,
he
go ahead,
acts
Too Rich.
like he's gonna
Hold
kill
on,
somebody.
D1. Let Too Rich go. What you say?
let me say this. Okay, we watch Tank create stars, right? He fights Pitbull and nobody know what. Now Pitbull has a value because Tank fought him. So that's the advantage of popularity. It can, whatever it touches, that thing also now has a name. It gets to go on to make fights or whatever. What I'm saying, if we want boxing to get better, we have to have that name fight the other great fighter so we increase his value. Then that fighter fight the other great fighter, increase his value. What happened is we playing get my ball, I'm taking my ball home with me. And then we complain about the other guy's value. You want to see him stand in the face, take the face of boxing and put him in his face. Take the face of boxing and put him in his face.
Hold on, y'all. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. Hold
talk to y'all
on. One at a
later.
time. Because Too Rich. All right, baby. Too Rich. Because I think we're saying the same thing. We're just saying it in different ways, right? I want more strategic matchups. I want more 50-50 fights. I don't want to continue to watch these fights where the nigga that you like or whoever is favored to win in every single situation. How is that competitive matchups? That's how you also create the next face of boxing. You want to tune in and be like, damn, this is a tough one. I want to know how he gonna pull that off. Not know, like you just said, I'm not watching this fight. I already know Shakur about to watch T.O. That's my impression of this fight. So I'm gonna watch it just because I'm gonna watch it. I'm a boxing fan. I watch pretty much all boxing. I watch OTX, I watch Pro Box, whatever. But my point is this: I'm not tuning in, biting my nails like, oh, who gonna win this fight? Those are the type of fights that's gonna recharge the boxing community. Not fights where you know your guy is gonna win because, like y'all all love to tell me, oh, he was a bum, he was this, he was that, but then y'all want to run over here and want credit for the fight.
But you can't say that about T.O. You cannot say that about T.O. though. You cannot say that about T.O.
Hold on, Too Rich. Did you hear me say that about Teofimo Lopez?
But I think Shakur, I got Shakur winning, but I think the odds are too wide. They're too wide. They got Shakur like he just a world beater.
Yeah, well, he's not. I didn't say anything about Teofimo Lopez. I would never take away Teofimo Lopez's skill and athletic ability. Anybody that tries to do that is just a damn fool, right? But my problem with Teofimo Lopez is he's too inconsistent for me to bet on him.
I say my problem. Can I just say one thing about Teofimo?
Go ahead.
My issue with Teofimo is that man let the back of his neck go inside Terrence Crawford's elbow. And I can't respect no nigga that will allow, especially not no boxing champion, that will allow their op to put the back of their neck or put their hand around their neck and get them to correct their speech on something. That's why I don't take Teofimo serious. I know that he's talented per se, but if somebody doesn't have heart, like that's all that talent shit's out the window. You know what I'm saying? So once he allowed Crawford to do that to him, I lost all faith in his ability, and I don't, I'm not sold on any fight. I know that he could beat some of the names and all that.
T.O. could fight. And to this guy's point, I'm sorry, baby, your name scrolled up a little too. What is that? G5, yeah, G5 shout out G5. To his point though, T.O. does step up in competition, which is why I'm still going to tune into this fight. But if we're being fair and we're just being objective, he's too inconsistent. He had no business, in my opinion, losing to no damn Cambosis. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking with T.O. up until he started doing a little racist shit and started acting all crazy. But he's too inconsistent for me, and he has shown to be a duck. So that's why I'm saying he's very inconsistent. I'm not even sure he still believes in himself. He has questioned himself several times. Do I still got it? Like he Eddie Kane Jr. and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just need him to be a little bit more consistent. And neither one of them are actively selling this fight. T.O. doing his little goofy, like he twerking or whatever the hell that is. That's not making me want to watch no fight. I'm wondering what I'm about to watch: soft porn or a boxing match.
Then that's my point right there, Jab. And I feel like as far
Yes,
as
he did beat Loma, and that's what I'm saying. That's when I was rocking with him the most, when he beat Lomachenko. I was rocking with him the most then when he beat Loma. I was so proud of him when he beat Loma. He was focused and he was doing what he was supposed to do. But ever
but
since then, he's been hit or miss.
But yeah, and that's the reason why there's missing fans to this fight right now, because it's already people that's
Stop
been
it,
sold
sis.
short.
Stop it,
Look,
sis.
nah, I'm just being real. I'm just being as real as I could. Look, you see, I ain't cuss nobody out. I ain't called nobody out their name, no nothing yet. I may not even go there, but I'm just saying the reason why there's not fans there is because there's already people that's been sold short on both sides. Whether you believed in T.O. or you believed in Shakur, you thought that he was going to knock somebody out or put on
I
some
saw
type of
that. I
performance.
saw that. I saw
You
he
know,
did say that. I did see that.
that's right. So so nonetheless, that missing void is going to, like, they have an opportunity to either gain a couple more new fans by reestablishing some of their some of their tenacity, or they're going to let the people down. But at the end of the day, the talking only goes so far. We can't talk to people who, like, motherfuckers have already left the show on T.O. and Shakur. Some people have already given up on them. So
Giving up.
now, my fault. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, you were going, but I can hear you now. What you were saying?
Oh no, but I was just saying that, like I said, there's a missing fan base because some people have already been sold short. So this is really both T.O.'s and Shakur's opportunity to kind of get people back into them and kind of, gain some new fans, but I think that most people like myself have already seen the best of them. And, I'd rather watch paint dry personally. I don't see neither one of these niggas as dangerous. When I think of boxing and I put boxing on over Shakur's or T.O.'s face, I see them crumbling underneath the plight of boxing. I don't believe in either one of these niggas. So I wouldn't watch the fight with boxing hackers' eyes. I'm just saying. But
Listen, no,
Man said going crazy.
that's just me. But I see why other fans are. I see why the general boxing fan is, hyped about it, and they should be. Like,
Yeah, this is a hardcore fan matchup.
Exactly.
This is a hardcore fan matchup. This is not a hardcore fan and casual fan matchup in reality.
Right.
I think a lot of casuals that catch on to it when it's fight night, they'll watch it live, and people that probably ain't got that much that Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? People watch it casually that night, but everybody's not clamoring for this fight like that as a lot of people portray.
Yeah, they're definitely not as big of stars as people have tried to, have people try to make them out to be. I think that Shakur's popularity mostly comes from him having Tupac's last name as his first name. Nobody cares about him. And boxing wise, we ain't seen this nigga do nothing dangerous. We ain't even seen him do nothing to Tupac.
Let's be fair, right? And I'm gonna be completely honest, right? So the fight with him and Zepeda, I found that fight interesting. I've actually watched that fight more than one time, and honestly, that is the only fight of his that I have watched more than one time. If he continues to give us fights like that, he may be able to turn things around. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me say this. Hey, when I look at fighters, I look at the promoters, right? When we say, sometimes we say, oh, this guy, he got to get in the ring with this. Who you want to get in the ring with? If no promoter want to put their fighter in the ring with him, who is he gonna fight? He begs for fight. He's been begging for fights, begging, begging, begging. Nobody wants to put their fight in the ring with him. Now, my solution is this: when you have top level boxers, right? In my opinion, Shakur, even Devin. And you're gonna see what I mean. When you have a top level boxer, he has the skills to pay the bills. If you want to sell him, you gotta go and wait. He has to challenge somebody that they think can beat him. But everybody on Shakur level, he's favored too. I mean, I ain't gonna say too high, but he's favored so high against. There's no competition. His only competition is to go up and wait.
There.
You see what I mean? He got to fight a boogeyman. He got to fight somebody where they say that guy win. Crawford had to go up 3 weight classes before they favored a guy against him. Just think about that. So promoters know who to put their fight in the ring with. When you see promoters now,
Too
let's
rich. He's
hurry up and
not
get
favored.
Shakur name
He's
on our
favored in
resume.
this one
Let's
too,
hurry
though,
up and get.
brother.
Let me finish. Let's hurry up and get Devin name on our resume. You don't see them hurrying up and doing that. That means as a promoter and as trainers, they know who the problems are. Look, Eddie Hearn used to promote Devin Haney. So no matter what he call him, boring, not exciting, whatever you want, Eddie Hearn won't put none of his fighters in the ring with Devin Haney. He's avoiding Devin Haney at all costs.
That's because he doesn't really like him. But let me ask you a question, right? You're saying that they don't want to put their fighters in the ring with them, right? Because they think the fighter will lose, right? So how do you explain the promoters that put their fighters in the ring with Tank? 9 out of 10, you getting your ass knocked out.
Okay, but look, check it out. Check this out. First of all, most of those guys are PBC guys, right? You fight Tank. Everybody, it's like being in your hood. You know he the man in the hood. You can lose to him. Your name grows, and then the company looks out for you for another fight. That's not like fighting somebody from across the street. They don't care about your fame. They don't care about your ranking as the face of boxing. They don't care about none of that if you cross the street. You see, that's the only way you're gonna get a good fight, because what is Frank Martin, where Pitbull, look, their career's gonna go on because they fight the man. They ain't got to win. That's good. He's gonna make them a name, and they'll go beat somebody else and become a champion. You see what I mean? But if you fight Shakur, or if T.O. and Shakur finna fight, you get a finality. It's over with. We get an answer and the shit is over with. Think about all the debates about Errol Spence and Crawford before the fight. Where they fought. That shit's over with. It's a final. So one of the reasons I think Tank is such a big star is because he don't fight these guys. We don't have no finality to it. So we look for it. The next fight he gonna do it. Okay, and the fight after that, that's when he gonna do it. Everybody sit on the edge of the seat of a cliffhanger that never come. That's never coming. You see what I mean?
Wait a minute. Let me disagree with you for a minute there. Because see, when Shakur left Top Rank, because he said that he wanted the Tank fight. He said that's why was one of his reasons for leaving Top Rank. He wanted a multi-fight deal, but he wanted the Tank fight. So while you are contemplating your next promotion company, and you want a multi-fight deal, but you also want to fight Tank. Well, there's no other opportunity like the present. Because when they said, hey, I can't give you a multi-fight deal, but I can get you that Tank fight. Come on over here and sign me. We'll give you a 1-fight deal. We'll fight you on the Tank fight. And all you had to do was go ahead and say yes. See, and you don't have to get a multi-fight deal, but you can argue for that rematch clause just in case you lose. But you're supposed to be so confident in your abilities that you don't think you're going to lose. So you go out there and then you start nuzzling up to Eddie Hearn and snuggling up under his arm. And next thing you know, you sign to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn ain't had nobody at 135 at all. Then they go out and find you a replacement. They bring somebody up from 130. Oops, that didn't happen. So what happens? You end up fighting Josh Padley, a guy who was on a rooftop roofing on Monday morning. On Saturday night, he's in the ring with you.
Hey, can I?
Let me just rebuttal that. Let me just rebuttal that to say this. Let me just say this one thing. I'm let you have. Okay, I understand what you're saying about how people spin that with the 1-fight deal. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna tell you my point of view. I saw them face to face on Sway.
Me too.
And Shakur said, "Am I on the list? Am I here? I saw no hand extended to say come sign the PBC. I saw no hand extended, and they were face to face. You see what I mean? So I don't believe in
But wait
all
a
that
minute.
talking. When people
Hey,
want
can
to
I
fight,
can I can I can
the
I go
offer
now?
gets sent and they fight.
Hey, this what I want to say,
Hold
right?
on,
'Cause
Rich. Hold on. Let him finish, Rich. Go ahead to Rich.
No. That's all. That's all. But I understand if people take the point of view he offered him one fight deal. All I'm saying on Sway with them face to face and Shakur begging, "Am I on the list? I'm on the list." I didn't see one time where old boy was like, "Yeah, come on over here. We'll sign you," and they didn't even visit it after that. So
hey,
it
but hold
is
on
what
to
it is.
Rich. Hold
That's
on
all.
to Rich.
Tank don't run the PBC.
Hold on to Rich. Hold on to Rich. You forgot to say that same guy Espinosa said he don't even know Jay Prince. He never talked to him a day in his life. So
Yeah, exactly. I
so
ain't even want to
Shakur
go
was a
to
free.
all that.
If
Yeah.
Shakur was a free agent, how the fuck you don't know Jay Prince? But fuck all that.
Well, hold on.
But
Yeah, get to your
not.
point, Rich.
But yeah. Back to my point. As far as these people y'all keep coming up here saying T.O. this, nobody asked for this fight. Shakur fans and T.O. fans, I'm gonna say like I said in the chat. We asked for this fight. We like this
Okay,
fight.
so then
Well,
you
go
should be
buy some
happy for
damn
it and be
tickets.
quiet.
We like this fight. We
Okay,
not
Go
we
buy
Rich.
some
not
Good for
damn
you,
we
tickets.
not
baby.
no we
Good,
not
good
no
for you,
haters
baby.
or nothing.
Rich, let me tell you something. What we're not gonna do this year, right? What we're not gonna do this year is come up here and be combative. If you're happy with the fight, T.O. fans is happy with the fight, go somewhere and be happy with the fight. We're talking about actual factuals, right? You wanted this fight, good, you got it. So you should be quiet now, right?
You got it. Let's go buy some tickets.
As far as this whole Javante and Shakur thing, I am sick of this conversation to nauseum. Okay, to nauseum.
So I
I
couldn't
want
finish.
nothing
I could have finished what I was saying.
No, because we don't care, Rich. You wanted this fight. You should be happy with the fight, baby. That's it.
I was
So,
going to speak my points on the fight. Don't y'all want? Or
go
y'all
ahead,
want to
baby.
talk about the ticket sales?
Go ahead, baby. Speak your points on the fight.
All right. Like I said, T.O. good fighter. I done heard
Yes, he is.
I done heard people. I done heard fans from that's actual fans of y'all favorite fighters say that if Tank don't fight Shakur, I'd rather see him fight T.O. I done heard a lot of fans say that. So now all of a sudden T.O. not a good fighter. That's what I
No,
want
people
to
just
know.
want to see
Thank you,
T.O. get
D1.
his
I
ass whooped.
appreciate that.
That's what I want to know.
And Rich, I told you about that. Stop coming over here with conversations you have other places. Like, I don't care about shit like that. Nobody on this panel or on this channel ever said that Teofimo Lopez was not a good fighter. Stop bringing that trash to my doorstep.
Okay, yeah, I ain't say that.
I definitely didn't. I said he's very athletic, but my problem with Teofimo Lopez is he's inconsistent. Where's the lie?
His last fight was an A level elite fight against a
Now
good guy.
now y'all pumping shit up. That's what we're not doing
No,
either,
I'm
bro.
saying
We're not doing that.
he fought at an elite level against a person that was 31, 32-0 with I guess like 20 knockouts, something
Feet
like that.
stuck in the mud, shit like that. We all know how that go. Look at Zepeda. He had how many knockouts? Nigga couldn't put down he couldn't put down Tevin Farmer in two fucking fights. Come on, man. Y'all gotta read the fine print on some of these guys, and y'all know that. But I get it. Y'all pump these niggas up because y'all favorite fighter about to fight him. Let me ask you a question. If, in fact, Javante Tank Davis is about to fight Zepeda, would y'all or would y'all not call it a cherry pick?
No, it's a good
Talk
fight.
to me. Don't everybody get quiet.
Ain't no cherry
That's
pick.
how I know y'all niggas is
No cherry
capping.
pick.
This is how I know y'all niggas is capping. If Javante Tank Davis fought Josh Padley, would y'all say it was a cherry pick? Go ahead and cap again so I can boot your ass off my platform.
I would say that's a cherry pick. I would say that's a cherry pick.
Hey,
But wait, hold on.
Hey, look, on some real shit, Jab, Shakur Stevenson's a cherry, if you want to be honest. But yeah, that's just according to Sin.
I
Go
would
ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
I would say Josh Padley a cherry pick. I would say Josh Padley a cherry pick if that was the first pick. But we seen the circumstances with Abdullah Mason. He was really a cherry pick for Shakur. You know what I'm saying?
So if okay, not Abdullah Mason, you mean Schofield.
Schofield.
Yeah, my bad. But
no, I know what you meant, Rich. I know what you meant. But I was gonna say this, right? If Javante was about to fight Schofield, would that be a cherry pick?
No, hell no. They need to make that fight now.
Trash, bro. Y'all niggas is trash. That is bullshit.
I think
these dudes are high ranking.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you.
They
Thank
high
you for
ranking.
being honest. Thank you
I
for
think
being
that
honest, Rich.
he would be a
So,
good
Rich,
tune-up
you
for
know just as
Shakur.
well as I know that you can be paid into those rankings. Don't we see Ryan Garcia ranked at number 2 now because he's about to fight Barrios? How the fuck did that happen? Stop playing with me.
Well,
Y'all
I
know
get
niggas can be
all
bought
that,
into
but
these rankings. Stop it.
I ain't seen nobody beat Floyd Schofield. Y'all act like he trash. I ain't seen nobody beat him.
I never said the young man was trash, but he don't belong in no conversation with no elite boxer neither. Now y'all doing too much.
I mean, I don't know.
You put.
I think those niggas just be around. We just supposed to nominate them for certain crowns and shit. Know what I'm saying? Just
I
because
mean,
they
what did
be around
Pitbull
with shit.
do? I mean, what did Pitbull do? What did
Somebody,
Rolly do before he got the Tank fight? What did
but
Pitbull do before he got the Tank fight?
what you
These
mean?
people weren't superstars.
He put up a great performance against against the best, against what everybody else wants to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason. Let
You
me tell you something.
100% right.
Hey, look, if I sent you
I
in
ain't know that.
the forest with a candle, you can light that whole forest on fire and still just have your candle. You know what I'm saying? Like that same flame that you have with that little candle, that shit's not going to be affected. That's what Tank did for all these other niggas. If those niggas had some glow, then they could fight somebody and they could pass that flame on. But unfortunately,
That's
they
what I'm
don't.
saying. It shouldn't be like that. Why they
Unfortunately, they
separating? Why they separating? They should be fighting each other.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all mute up. Y'all mute up. So, Rich, this is for you, right? Because you and me, I think we have a pretty decent relationship, and I enjoy our conversation. That's why I asked you where you've been. I have a question for you, right? Why is it that Gervonta Tank Davis has to go around like he's Santa Claus with a welfare check in his hand? Why can't these niggas create their own buzz? This is a genuine question, right? Hold on, let me finish, right? Don't speak to respond. Don't listen to respond. Listen to hear. Why is it that y'all constantly running around talking about some goddamn Gervonta Tank Davis? If your fighter is really like that, your fighter is really that nigga, y'all shouldn't care about a Gervonta Tank Davis. Y'all should be wanting him to make the best fights available to him. Like right now, whatever situation Gervonta has going on, he's removed from the sport of boxing. What is going to be your favorite fighter's next move? How is he going to elevate himself, right? You cannot expect him to run around here giving out all his fucking welfare checks. I'm so sick of this. Do I agree he needs to fight these niggas? Yes. I can't wait to see head roll if that happens. But they also need to fight each other. What happened to calling for Shakur and Devin? What happened to that? Why ain't nobody talking about the fight? I'm still talking. I'm almost finished. Relax. What happened to calling for? Well, he was moving up to 140 now, right? Y'all just said, "Oh, go up and get more competition." Okay, so why he ain't gonna stay at 140? He gonna run his ass back down to 135. Y'all should be putting pressure on him to fight the next best nigga, but instead, y'all are putting him in some sort of baby protection program too. Well, Tank won't fight him. Ain't nobody else good enough to beat him. How the fuck we know that? He ain't trying to challenge Gary Antoine Russell. He ain't trying to challenge nobody we think could really whoop him. But instead of making him do those things, y'all act like he don't have to, like he's some sort of big shot. What the fuck has he really done?
Let me say something.
Okay, hold on. Let me answer.
I'm not talking to you, Rich. The question was Rich. I'm not talking to you, Rich. I'm not talking to you, Rich. I'm talking to Rich, baby. You can answer after him, but let him answer.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Okay, now that Tank has removed itself, we getting Shakur and T.O. So they have moved on. That's a. I mean, I get it. Maybe not to you, but to me, that's a great fucking fight. The best fight in boxing to me, personally. As far as seeing who's the best out of that genre or whatever you want to call them. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the problem with that argument about Tank. Y'all got Tank in the protection program because I'm gonna tell you,
I ain't got that nigga nowhere.
Okay, but let me say that y'all true thoughts come out when you watch Canelo and Benavidez. And reason why Canelo said he didn't want to fight Benavidez, everybody saw clear Canelo's ducking Benavidez. Why he won't give him the fight? I ain't hearing nothing about welfare checks. I ain't hearing about welfare checks and that. It's why he won't give him the fight. Well, it's the same thing. If you're the face of boxing, we expect you to go beat the man. We don't expect you to watch you put on show. We don't get that money. I don't care about your ticket sales.
You know
I don't get none of that money.
And that same token, what do every nigga that want to fight Canelo got to do? They got to acquiesce to Canelo's request, correct? Ain't no motherfucking running around here puffing out your chest when Canelo come calling. You take what he give you and you keep it moving. Why do they not have the same respect for Gervonta?
Okay, let me answer that. Let me answer that. I'm gonna get out of here. I would just say this: Tank fighting say a guy on the PBC that's a B-side fighter, you paying those guys 800, 500,000 up front, whatever. If you're gonna fight another A-side fighter, you're not gonna be
Those are
able to
not
chump them
A-side
off
fighters,
like that.
baby. There's no two
What I'm saying,
A-sides. There's no two A-sides. There's
I'm saying
A-sides
for
and
The A
their
side
B-sides.
too
Stop it.
rich.
for their promotional companies, they are
Answer my
A-side
question,
fighters.
baby.
Just like Ryan
There's
Garcia
too
was
rich.
an A-side fighter for Golden Boy, and when he fought Tank, that was a co-promoted show. That was not a
That
total
nigga was still
PBC
a
show.
B-side.
That
Who
show
came
was
out?
co-promoted
Who came out
because
last?
Golden
Who
Boy
came
was
out
an
last, girl?
A-side and
Who
PBC
rich?
had an A-side.
Who rich?
You get what
Who
you
walked to
pay.
the stage? Baby, they didn't walk to the stage holding hands. Who walked out last? That's the A-side. Stop playing with me, y'all.
Hey, can I say something now?
Please stop, because y'all gonna turn me all the way up.
Can I
Stop
say
it.
something now?
There's an
I'm
A.
not.
Wait a minute. There's an A side and a B side, and you know that too, Rich. Don't talk about them no damn double A sides. You grasping for straws, man. Stop it. I respect you too much to let you be down this bad.
Hey, can I
Now
say something?
answer when I unmute you, answer my question. Why in the same context don't they show the same respect to Gervonta that they showed to Canelo? Ain't nobody telling Canelo they ain't coming to his weight class. Ain't nobody telling Canelo I ain't taking this money. They do what the fuck they told. Why? Because Canelo is the A side. Or is it just because Gervonta looks like them? Do they feel they don't have to respect him? A side is the A side. Ain't no A side, double A side. You sound like fucking Shakur. Who the A side? I'm really the A side. Who walking out last? T.O. Stop playing with me, man.
You ain't paying them. You gotta pay. You get what you
Oh
pay for. You pay
God.
cheap money. You get a cheap fight. You pay cheap money. You get a cheap fight. You want a good fight. You got to pay for it. You got to pay, and that's the problem. They don't want to pay for it because it costs too much.
All these niggas' biggest bags was with Gervonta Tank Davis. That's why they willing to get
All
their ass
them
back and ring
B-side
again.
of biggest bands were with Devontae. They biggest bags were 800,000, $1 million. That ain't no big bag. That's big bag for them. They B-side fighters. They're
Shakur's a
B-side
But
B-side
Shakur
fighters.
ain't
fighter.
making that much
Shakur's a
either
B-side
though, too
fighter.
Man,
rich.
Shakur made
He's a B-side
$4
guy
million,
too.
We have to
Teofimo
stop
Lopez,
this.
he
We have to
promoted
stop this.
Teofimo
signed for
Lopez
$3
We have to
million
stop
and he
fight.
this.
made $1
We
million,
have to stop
bro.
this. Hold on,
Ray
y'all.
trying to
Y'all,
sign him
hold
for
on.
$3
Y'all mute up. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Darren Collins. So he's not? Because if I'm not mistaken, Gervonta sold out more than Canelo in his last fight. Check your numbers, baby. Go ahead, too,
View
Rich.
numbers are way
Why I
down
keep
though.
getting cut off and I ain't even say
Forget
nothing?
about them. What about the pay-per-view number? They down 70% since Ryan. Who can live off 70% of their money gone?
Please.
That don't work. Them numbers too though. But
Too
no,
Rich.
hey,
You're
appreciate you letting me
talking
come on. I'm
about,
gonna get out.
you're
I'm gonna get out of
talking
here.
about,
I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat.
yeah,
I
get
gotta
your
go.
ass off of here. Get your ass off here before I empty this clip. Before I
Hey,
empty this clip in that ass, nigga. Now
hey,
you next, Rich. What's up?
this why guys say I
Come
don't
on,
want.
Dad.
I'm not talking about no Tank, man. Tank, but
Okay.
what
All
I'm
right. So
saying
what you
is
want to talk about,
you
baby?
keep saying that people ain't seeing the fights. We seeing T.O. and Shakur right now. That's a fight that I've been wanting to see for years. I don't know about y'all. I don't know
Okay.
who
And I
y'all been
said that,
following.
Rich. I said if
That's
you happy with that
over
fight, then
5
that's what's
years.
up.
I've been wanting to see this fight. I've been wanting to see all of them
Really?
fight, and we
That's funny because
finally.
I never heard you mention that.
I've been mentioning it that if I don't want to see him fight Tank, I want to see him fight Tio, or I want to
I'm
see
just
him
saying I never heard you say that, Rich. You
wait,
might have said it, but I've never heard it.
and then I always say I want to see him unify at 135 if he can't do all that, and if he can't do that,
So
then if he can't do that, what I really think he's gonna do, because Dalton Smith just let the cat out the bag. Dalton Smith said that he gonna go to the fight, and he said, but if he said something like in the lines of, I will be going to the fight regardless if the fight wasn't on the line, basically who the winner, Tio and Shakur.
yeah, I know.
So
I read that
so
article.
so
He
so
did
so
say that.
so
He said
so so,
he wants the winner.
so no, but he said but I still would be going to the fight anyway. Basically saying that probably Eddie Hearn gonna fly him out to go to the fight, and they gonna probably try to make that shit happen. Damn, what was that? But
I don't know. Somebody getting murdered. Somebody better do something.
yeah,
Run,
but
shit.
yeah,
I'm sorry. That's my son downstairs.
but
Oh,
look,
okay.
so I think Shakur gonna even still try to fight Connor. But I think it's gonna be mainly if he beat Tio, because to me it's a good fight. It's like a 55. What's that? 55-45. It's something like that to me with the Tio and Shakur fight. I don't know where y'all getting that this guy Tio is like a slouch or
I
whatever,
never said that. And stop saying you
but
guys, because I can just
I'm
specifically
saying
remember saying.
people keep saying like
I told you about
he's
bringing that trash to
he's
my
inconsistent.
doorstep.
He's inconsistent, and I'm
He
gonna say it
is.
again. His last fight, he fought at an elite level.
And what about the fight before that?
And Barbosa is a good fighter for
You
anybody.
say that shit again. You know what, Rich? Y'all
He's
niggas
not a good
kill
fighter
me,
for
bro.
anybody.
Y'all niggas,
Barbosa,
when
wait,
has we ever
Barbosa,
been talking about some damn Barbosa?
Barbosa not a good fighter for anybody.
What did Barbosa do in that fight that you was like, oh my God, I can't wait till this nigga fight again?
What you mean? What he do?
No,
The
better
last fight
yet,
before that, he
hey,
fought
Rich,
Ramirez.
who Barbosa fought before he fought T.O.? Better yet.
He fought Ramirez before he fought him.
Oh my God, another snooze fest. Listen here, Rich. The bottom line is this.
Yeah, he fought
Tiafimo could
Ramirez.
have
And I
unified.
always said Barbosa
Tiafimo
was
could
a
have
good fighter at
unified.
140.
Oh my
But
God. Okay, so then you should be expecting Shakur to fight him, right?
we keep screaming out who this nigga fought before for him. But then you the same nigga, y'all two the same people that screaming out Javier's and all these other guys. Who the fuck have they fought before they even fought nobody? They still ain't fight nobody. But y'all
See,
keep screaming out that y'all
problem,
want him
right?
to fight Shakur.
Why not? He ain't fighting no damn body. He fought
But
electrician.
y'all
Why the
just
fuck
you
you
the
can't
main
fight
nigga that just said
Javier?
who have Barbosa just fought before he fought.
Rich,
And
explain this to me,
Rich.
right? Explain this to me, right, Rich? You're talking about I'm saying who, oh, you worrying about who Javier fought. Who did Padley fight?
No,
You can
you
answer.
switching. Y'all switching around. Y'all just said who had Barbosa fight.
Rich,
Like
And,
his
and
resume,
correction,
like
by the
wait,
way,
like his
Rich, he
resume some
fought Jack
slouch.
Catterall before
Like his
He don't even know what he's
before
talking about. Look
fought
at him.
T.O.
Look at him.
Huh?
He don't even know what he's talking about. Just making up shit.
What
Yeah,
you
he
mean?
fought Jack Catterall before he fought Teofimo Lopez. Then he fought Ramirez before Jack Catterall. Correction.
Okay, he fought Cadwell, then Ramirez, whoever. He still beat them. And who have these guys fought that
What
y'all
is your
keep throwing
point?
on at
What
Shakur
is your
before they
who
fought
the
somebody?
fuck
Who
did
have they
Padley
fought?
fight? Who did Padley fight?
Padley
You
was
laughing because you ain't answering my question.
Padley was his replacement for
Guess what? He
tune-up
had
Who
a
your Tino
choice.
fight?
Schofield.
He had a choice. He had a choice between Javier and Padley, but he chose Padley. Who did Padley fight that let Shakur know, you know what, this will be a good fight for me? Who was it? I asked you a question. Please answer it.
Padley came with the UK fans.
Oh, this
If
nigga right
anything,
here
they
gotta
both ain't
stop.
Who
fight
did
nobody.
Yoshino
Nigga, they
fight?
fought in Saudi Arabia.
Both
They
ain't fight
fought in
nobody.
Saudi Arabia. Wasn't no fans there. Keep it moving. Stop
Padley
playing
had a
with me,
bunch of
Rich.
UK fans there.
Stop
They said
And
playing
that.
with
Shakur
me,
got booed in
Rich.
Saudi Arabia.
Stop
They said
playing
that.
with
They
me,
said
Rich.
he had
And he got
fans there.
booed.
They said Padley had UK fans came out there.
Okay, Rich. Okay. The bottom
That's what
line is
they
this,
said.
baby. Okay, Rich. Who the hell is they? I told you about coming on my platform with that. I'm tired of looking for
Who did
people that you talking
fight,
about in the
Rich?
park with a flashlight.
Please go.
Rich, okay, listen, we're not gonna do this because I'm starting a new year, baby. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. I'm not gonna argue with you. You want to argue? I'm not gonna argue with you. Listen, you happy about the fight? That's good for you, baby. Me personally, I could care less. I'm gonna watch it just because it's gonna be an interesting fight. I hope they make it interesting. Outside of that, if you happy with the fight, I don't know why you up here catching an aneurysm.
Yeah, Shakur gonna fight. If he beat T.O., he gonna fight Dalton Smith.
No
And
way.
then what y'all gonna say when he beat Dalton Smith? Oh,
You
he's a
know what,
nobody.
Rich? I'll tell
And
you what. You know
he
what,
just beat
Rich?
the
I'll tell you
scariest
what.
guy that
Everybody that can hear the sound of my voice, listen to me. Rich, I promise you, on everything I love, if Shakur takes a fight with Dalton Smith after he fights Tio, you will never hear me for the rest of this year say anything bad about Shakur Stevenson. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe he will do it.
You know what Shakur would do that, man? You want to bet on that?
Somebody mark that down.
Do y'all want to bet on that fight?
I'll take it a step further.
Do y'all want to bet on that fight?
Bet on what fight?
If Shakur fight Dalton Smith next.
Hold on, Rich. Hold on, Rich. Hold on, Rich. What truth am I refusing to hear, Darren?
Yeah,
You know what?
he know. I speak the real.
Do you, Rich?
Hey, look, I've been laughing in the background on mute the whole fucking time.
Like, dog.
I need y'all to chill the fuck out.
No, seriously. Listen, guys. Listen. If you're happy with the fight, Rich, I'm happy for you. I know you got your ticket. I know you're going to be in attendance. That's what's up. You know, hopefully they make it an interesting fight. I think Tio is extremely athletic, so it should be good. But they're both two counterpunchers. So if I'm being honest, no, I'm not too excited for this fight. I'm just being honest. And
Hey,
with Shakur's track record, he's not very engaging. Yes, he engaged a little bit in his last fight, but I feel that was only because of public pressure. But I
what
don't think that he's going to go in there and fight the same way after he said at the press conference he won't be fighting that way again. I just can't see him going back to that, especially since that's out of the norm for him. But
this what
I hope
this
since you bought your ticket and you're going to be there, that you're at least entertained.
nah this
Can I
this what I
ask a
want to ask
question,
you.
sis? Can I ask
Let
a
him finish.
question?
Hold on, let Rich finish.
How Freddie Roach trained? Like all the people you seen Freddie Roach from, the niggas who called out Freddie Roach, I don't think he trained T.O. to be just a counter puncher. I think T.O.
No,
gonna
I'm
try
talking about what
to
they're normal, but normally what
T.O.
they're
gonna try
known
to
for,
rough him
Rich.
up. I think that's what T.O. gonna try to do, rough him up and try to
And he
make it
said
like
that. He said that.
make,
He did. He
make it
came out
make
and
it
said
like a
that he's gonna
Cepeda. He gonna try to make it like a
he said it's
Cepeda
gonna be
fight, but he
dirty.
hit harder than Cepeda. So I
He
think
said it's
that's
gonna
what
be
it's gonna
dirty.
be. And
He's
I
gonna
think that's
My
try.
thing is that
and
neither one of them are assertive or like stand your ground type of fighters. Neither one of them are like walk you like T.O. would get the
Aaron, I
confidence.
just said that, bro. Hold on, Sin.
Go ahead.
Aaron, I just said that. You know what? You know what's crazy to me, yo? I literally said to myself, this year I'm gonna try not to be so hard on these niggas. I'm really because I see some of y'all get very upset with mother. Y'all run up here trying to bite me and all of that. But when I give them not praise, but when I give them their acknowledgement and I say nice things about them, that's still not good enough for you niggas. Like y'all want somebody to bend over and make it clap for these clowns. That's not me. I'm very, very I'm not easily impressed, number one. Number two, I'm going to give it a chance. I just said I'm going to watch the damn fight, Jaron. You over there crying because I said it's two counterpunches. Are both of them not known for counterpunching? What am I saying that's wrong?
But this is the last thing I wanted to say, right? I think if T.O. go in there try to do all that stuff that Freddie Roach teaching them and Manny Pacquiao over there, I think it's gonna look like that Gary Antoine Russell and Shakur Stevenson sparring session. And you seen how Shakur was looking in there. And that's why Gary Antoine Russell said y'all sleeping on Shakur power. He got power. And he said that himself. And that's why I think
Rich,
that's really
I
gonna
don't
happen.
care.
Speaking of Gary, why would y'all Shakur guys push for a Dalton Smith fight instead of a Gary Anton Russell fight if he was to perhaps beat Teofimo Lopez? That's what I wanted to add.
I'm biased because Gary Russell like my second favorite fighter, so I love to see him fight, but I ain't really what I'm saying, pressed to see it. Just like you probably ain't pressed to see Tank fight Abdullah Mason. You know what I'm saying? Because you like both of them, don't you? All right
I
then.
mean, they don't
But
have the
yeah, all
same
right then.
ties though.
All right
Like
then.
Gary said he's willing to fight Shakur. He wants to fight Shakur. He wants to
As
fight any of the guys that got anything to do with 140 for us champion wise.
I know that. And Abdullah Mason said he wanted to fight any one of the guys at 135 that got a belt. That's what he said.
Yeah, but Top Rank is not going to push Abdullah Mason for a Tank Davis fight. We both know that.
And we know PBC ain't PBC with Gary. They not gonna push for the Shakur fight.
Why would they
Two
not?
different sides. Al Heyman not working with Turkey when it comes to fights. Y'all said that.
Al Heyman is working with everybody.
No,
But
what according to them,
No. Don't
according
say
to them,
according.
Tank
they
can't
work
fuck with
together.
Shakur because
Rich, what did
Al
I tell
Heyman
you
and them
about saying
can't do
them,
that.
bro? What did I tell you about that? That doesn't make any sense. Carlos Adames was just on his card. Wasn't Rolly Romero just on his card? What are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
Oh, so why is it so hard for Tank to be on Tank
But
to fuck
I
with
love how you
Shakur
totally
over there?
deflected from
Why is it
Shakur
so hard
fighting
for Tank to
Gary.
go over there to Shakur?
Because
Tank is the
Tank
A side,
is
and he don't
Okay, so
want
why
to.
is it
He
so
don't
hard for
have
Shakur?
to.
So why he can't
Tank
be the
is
A side and
Hold on,
still
hold on. So hold
fight
on,
Shakur?
hold
Why
on.
he still can't
Hold
fight
on.
Shakur and
Hold on,
still be
Rich.
the A
Let me ask
side?
you a
Just like
question. Let
Tio
me
the A
ask you a
side right now.
question. Let me ask you a question.
I got
You
him.
constantly try to make excuses, right? And you constantly try to come up with ways to put Shakur above Gervonta. I think we all on this panel can agree that Gervonta Tank Davis is the face of boxing and he is the A side, right? Why is it that
said that he's over
nobody
Gervonta Davis.
Okay, so hold on. So why is it that when it comes to them making a fight, you got to somehow try to make it seem like it's going to be on an even playing field? It is not.
No,
It
I
is
never
not. That's
said
what y'all
that.
niggas need to
I never,
accept, bro.
I never said
He
that.
is not
I
on
never
his
said
level.
that. I said if it's that easy for Turkey to make a fight, Turkey or Al Heyman to make a fight with Shakur and someone over there in PBC, then why is not that easy for him to make a fight with Tank and Shakur? That's
Why
what I'm
don't you
saying.
ask Shakur why he didn't go over there when he was a free agent? That's
man,
what you have to
listen,
ask.
just like
Y'all
everybody on this.
accept call outs,
Hey,
bro.
Sin,
Y'all accept
hey,
call outs
Sin,
as real shit, but that's
hey,
not real
hey,
shit,
hey,
yo. And y'all know, don't ever, Rich. We not starting that shit this year. Because first I'll take your fucking wrench and then I'll just boot you completely. Don't talk over me. Y'all know for a damn fact that's not how Gervonta Tank Davis moves. Y'all know he's not one to be loud and on the internet. Just because y'all see these niggas calling him out, clout chasing him, does not mean they really want to fight him. You know what Gervonta Tank Davis does when he really wants to fight a nigga? He sends a contract. Did he come out and say, I want to fight Loma? Was he all over the blogs talking about you want to fight Loma? No, he wasn't. Was he all over the place talking about you want to fight Ryo? No. And when that fight got made with Ryo, what did Ryo do? He fired his goddamn trainer. Was he not backstage trying to fight Keyshawn Davis without anybody in the world knowing he don't move like that? Because real niggas don't move like that. They don't have to tell you 1,000 times, I want to fight you, I want to fight you, but then go somewhere and fight somebody else. You go sign to the 2 niggas that you know he does not want to do business with. Tell me you don't really want to fight me without telling me you don't really want to fight me. That's like me and you get into an argument. I wait till the cops walk past and start acting like I really want to fight, knowing they're going to break it up. Come on, you're not stupid, Rich. And the fact that you come over here trying to play me like I'm stupid, or either you want to make other people think that shit is not going on when we see things that are happening in front of us is ridiculous. Y'all have to stop this. Let's normalize the truth in 2026, man. Please.
We normalized the truth in 2025 when people kept screaming out
Y'all
Tank was
don't
fighting
normalize the
Tank was
truth,
fighting
bro.
Jake
Y'all
Paul
don't
next,
normalize the truth,
y'all
bro.
sat there and called people stupids. We normalized the truth when niggas kept saying all this wild stuff about laughing, y'all jinxing your own fighter. Oh my God, he's supposed to be on the run. Why he ain't lined up yet? Now all of a sudden he on the run because y'all jinxing him and shit like that. We normalized the truth, all that stuff. When y'all said
We're
Jake
talking
Paul,
about
y'all
boxing. We're
same niggas,
not talking about that other
that said
shit.
Jake Paul didn't see no video, know about no video. He just cut off the fight for some other shit. We normalized the truth. But y'all don't want to normalize certain stuff, man. Y'all gotta really open your eyes. That's what I see.
Okay, Rich.
Can I say something real quick?
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah,
For
go
real,
ahead,
man.
Big Dre.
That nigga's crazy.
Listen, y'all
But
talking
yet
about.
you find your ass over here all the time. People so crazy. People don't normalize the truth. People always lying, but yet you find your ass over here all the time. So either you like abuse or you're just conflicted. I don't know which one it is, Rich. You're a very strange individual. Go ahead, Big Dre.
Listen, you want to see some good fights? Let's come on down to Maryland Live Hotel and Casino Friday, January the 30th. No Excuse Promotions. It's putting on professional fights. We got Brian Flores and Starling Castillo in the main event. And when Suleiman Segawa versus Rene Palacio in the co-main, we got Frankie Scarborough, Jordan Short Dog White, Elijah Flores, the original Ben Johnson, David Whitmire, Trayvon Marshall, Jordan Roach, Jeffrey Yu, Dwayne Holmes, and Irvin Fuller. It's one night, it's one ring, it's no excuses. Come on, get your tickets. Come on down to Maryland Live. Tickets online are available online at AXS or at the Maryland Hotel Casino box office. So come on down. Let's watch some real fights. Let's sell this out. And then we can talk about the people who ain't selling tickets up in New York on Saturday night.
Thank you, Big Dre. I played the promo you sent me earlier too. So
I'm doing another
know.
one. I was supposed to have been doing it all day today, but I can't seem to get through it without stumbling over Suleiman Segawa's partner, Rene Palacios. I don't know why I can't say that name. But I was asked to make sure I mentioned the co-main.
Yeah. I played the card too. I thought when you sent it to me, I tried to take a picture of it and post it on my but I guess it was like too long to go on my community page, so that's why I just saved it and played the whole promo, on my live. And I'll do so again on my next live up until the fight and let people know what's going on. Let them know where they can get their tickets. Yeah, but yeah, man. I just listen. If you're excited about the fight, you are. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that excited. I'm going to watch it. Like, I don't understand the problem. I'm going to watch the fight, but they're two counter punches. Neither one of them are like quick to really like engage, you know, it's going to be kind of like a chess match, you know. So hopefully they'll make it interesting with certain rounds, but outside of that, you know what I mean. And but the co-main now, the co-main where Keyshawn and Jermaine Ortiz, that should be interesting. And then Shushu Carrington is also on that card, Carlos Adames. So hopefully the hype that's behind this card, or well, ain't no real hype, but I mean, like with the names, hopefully the guys will make the fights interesting, and then the main event will just be the cherry on top, you know.
I don't believe in these soft ass niggas, Jab Queen.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Look, since y'all got silent and just let me do that, I tried to let a motherfucker jump in front of me, but I don't believe in these niggas. I think that you know, like, I mean, I think that Shakur and T.O., it has a potential to be a good fight because both of them both of them are talented, but there is a ceiling on their talents. And I feel like I know I've seen it. And I've grown up on better shit. I'll be waiting for the results on Sunday, and I would like to move past the forgettable talents of Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson.
Nah, you bugging. You bugging.
They're forgettable.
Nah, Teofimo is definitely not. Well, listen. He's talented, bro. I
mean, for sure. He is, but I'm saying in comparison to, you know, some people of the past, and I think that some future more confident talents. I think that there's some people in the landscape right now that are going to be more permanent faces than the ones that we're talking about. And I think that they have the confidence to bank on it right now. I think that we already seen T.O.'s and Shakur's confidence get shaken. And, you know, once I see your spirit break a little bit,
Cardenas, what's up, baby?
Shows up for me.
All right, so look, y'all. Obviously, we've all heard about the situation with Gervonta. Boxing is going to need a new face of boxing. Who do we think is going to carry the torch?
I'm voting for Scooter Davis.
Yeah.
Me too.
Oh, I third that.
Me too, definitely. I would say I'm hopefully it's a Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis, man. Hopefully he can get this Vergil fight if they can stop ducking.
And we
get this Vergil fight. That'll be the start of the journey for that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Boots has the greatest ability, you know, next to Tank. He seems to do what he wants.
Stop it. Boots, Bud was never a boxing band up.
What'd you say?
No, band up. He said Bud is gone. But Bud was never the face.
Oh yeah. We needed that. We needed that cancer out of boxing. You know, now we can talk about real talents and people that really want to fight. So
stop it, Sin, because you're gonna make band up.
Look. I'm just saying, hey, we know why the nigga retired. No, I'm saying nigga was running from a pair of boots. Don't act like we don't know, but y'all called it chasing greatness. So, you know, at the end of the day, Boots is, you know, Boots is the most memorable talent, or it seems like he has the most freedom in there to do what he wants. I think that his style, and I think that what he does translates across, you know, a couple of weight divisions, you know, and I think that he has the heart to actually challenge himself against some of those people, you know, on top of that. So I feel like if we're going to have a face of boxing talk, if it's not Tank Davis, then it should definitely be Boots Ennis. There's nobody else that has really shown us more.
Hold on a second. So I want to show the chat something, right? Even though Band Up is a part of Jab's army, clearly the delusion has spread to him. I told you people, y'all have to be careful. They are out here trying to bite us. Okay, they are trying to make us delusional like them. And this is a prime example. Bud was most talked about. That does not make you the face of boxing. We've discussed this. Come on, Band Up. Do better, baby. Anyway, you were saying, Sin?
Oh nah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where Band Up comes to this foolishness. That nobody from Nebraska has ever done anything great. Look up great Nebraska. It's not. You're not even going to find one. You're not going to find one. So just hang it up. Hang it up, Band Up. Hang it up, sir. But we all know. I feel like he done threw the whole conversation off to talk about this forgettable ass nigga too. We were talking about Boots. I think that Boots. If anybody else has something to counter that, I think that Boots is the is the most exciting person right now. I don't think that nobody is I don't think nobody's doing more than what he's doing in the ring.
Boots just don't have the personality for me.
Personality.
When do you, yes, personality.
I don't even need a nigga to know how to talk when it come down to boxing. Like I don't even need to know.
You gotta be charismatic because you gotta be able to sell the fight. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well,
I get what Big Dre's saying. I understand what he's saying.
Listen, in the ring, Boots is the man. He is 100% doing what he got to do. He's selling the tickets. He knocking folks out. And the folks that he not knocking out, he beating the brakes off. Okay, I got nothing wrong with Boots in the ring. Boots with a microphone in his face is oops. I'm sorry. I might be wrong, but I just don't think he has the personality. He don't command attention when he talks. He don't have to say. Tank don't say a whole lot, but when he talks, he commands attention. When he talks, people listen. When he talks, it is what it is. You know? So there's a difference between being, the baddest thing since sliced bread when you in the ring and being able to sell a slice of bread when you're not.
Comment of the night. Hold on. Let me read the comment of the night. We got Vergil ducking Boots in broad daylight, and y'all still asking for proof. Shout out to Tay. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So you were saying, my man was saying something about, you having to, I guess, have the charisma to sell a fight or whatever the case may be. In fighting, that's the last thing that you need. All you need is the ability. Like, I mean, for instance, Anderson Silva. I know that a lot of people don't watch MMA, but Anderson Silva, Dana White had got on record multiple times saying that, he had a problem with Anderson Silva because Anderson Silva didn't engage in the trash talk. He didn't, he didn't do a lot of the back and forths and, the stuff that he wanted all his other fighters to do. But Silva's ability kept him outselling everybody else. So he didn't have to do that. And when you have actual ability in a violent sport, you don't have to talk. The talking is to compensate for everything that you don't show in the ring. And that's why all the rest of those little niggas are talking. And Tank don't even have to do a motherfucking interview. All he do is just send out a contract to the next guy, and that's normally all the talking that's done on his side. So I think that in violent sports, violence does all the speaking. We don't care about the shit outside the ring. And the more that you're talking outside the ring is because you can't talk loud enough inside the ring. The eyes are always going to follow. The eyes are always going to follow where the real threat is.
I get what you're saying, but Tank do the little things outside the ring. Okay, so
hold on, Big Drake, because we're not going to discuss Gervonta Tank Davis moves outside of the ring. Somebody asked me that earlier. I do not run a gossip column, so I will not be discussing anything he has going on outside of the ring.
Well, I was talking about the backflips and at the press conferences and off the top rope and those things that are exciting that are connected to the ring. They're just not done in the ring.
Oh, well, yeah, the backflips and stuff like that. And Tank, he can be funny when he wants to. Like, if he get warmed up, he say little funny things. Like his press conference with Rolly, I thought was funny. And certain aspects of the Ryan build-up was kind of funny. But he's very quiet himself. But he makes up for that in the ring. But you can't be quiet and be dull in the ring. That's just not going to work,
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but that's about it. I mean, guys, listen. We got the rest of the month. We have a whole bunch of fights going on. We got some stuff. So let's see how this year heats up. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know in February we got the Ryan versus Barrios card. It looks like that card is going to be jam-packed with a whole bunch of fights. I'm hearing Richardson Hitchins and his new op is going to be on that card as well. So we're definitely going to see how things shape up, and then we'll see what happens when the dust clears. You know what I'm saying? What these boys plan on giving us in the latter part of 2026. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can get more than 1 or 2 fights out of them, because that to me is an issue too, with them only fighting once a year. You know what I'm saying? They need to be a little bit more active if they can. Obviously, if you take a lot of damage, then you earned your time off. But if you're in a fight where you don't take a lot of damage, I really don't see why we can't get you back in the ring in 2 or 3 months later. You know? So,
Well, at least 6 months later.
yeah, but that's still only once a year, so twice a year. Last time I seen Rolly and Ryan, they fight was boring. Rich, my God, the protection program is in full effect. All right, any closing thoughts, guys? I'm gonna shut it down. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an official run on that.
Okay.
On that commercial, because I need to practice, and I keep stumbling over the names.
You want me to play it?
I want to say it. I want to do it live.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do it live. This is gonna be the new one.
Okay.
It's live. It's local. It's boxing. No Excuse Promotions and Maryland Live Hotel and Casino present a night of professional boxing that you don't want to miss. Friday, January the 30th at Maryland Live Hotel and Casino in Hanover, Maryland. Headlining in the main event is Brian Flores versus Starling Castillo. And in the co-main event is Suleiman Segawa versus Rene Palacios. Also featuring Francis Scarborough, Jordan White, Elijah Flores, Ben Johnson, David Whitmire, Trayvon Marshall, Jordan Roach, Jeffrey Yu, Dwayne Holmes, and Irvin Fuller. It's one night, one ring, no excuses. So don't think, don't blink. Get your tickets now, so when the bell rings, you'll be there. Tickets are available at the Live Hotel and Casino box office or online at axs.com.
That was good, Big J.
You did all that for free, brother?
Stop it. That was good, Big J. That's kind of just like the promo you sent me. You're very good at that. You know what I was gonna ask you? Have you ever tried to be like a ring announcer or something? You have the voice for it.
I have tried. I was gonna do one back in April, but the fight got canceled. So when she most of the fights down here done by Henry Jones, but there's a Baby Girl Promotions does some boxing promotions down here, and she had a amateur fight set up that was supposed to go off in April that got canceled.
Okay.
I was going to try to do that one, but I want to do more of this announcing type stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm doing them for Jetta Promotions. I'm doing them for No Excuse. I'm trying to do. Now this fight on the 30th is at Maryland Live. It's going to be on Pro Box, but I'm not mentioning Pro Box TV because we're trying to sell some tickets. We want to put some butts in the seats. We want to sell out the joint, so people can come in and see them live and local. And I got a question for you. You do some of the pictures and stuff you post in your community page are pretty nice. I want to give you a call tomorrow because I want to set up. I want to do a nice promo for this, something that looks good. I want to post it on both Instagram and YouTube, and I can't seem to get. I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, well, listen, you can call me Big J. I told you, anything you need, I got you. If you want to send me some more videos, I'll play them on my lives. Anything you need me to do, I can help.
Yeah, I think did I send you Ben Johnson's interview?
No, you didn't send me that. And I reached out to the young lady you wanted me to interview. She never called me back.
She didn't call you back? Okay. I'll send her another text.
Okay.
But she didn't call me back either, so don't worry about it.
I don't know when you wanted me to do Freddie. I don't know if you want me to do it with him before or after his fight. I told you I have Tiara first because her fight's on the 23rd. But if you want me to do him after or before, it's up to them. But you let him know I don't like his brother and I'll scratch his eyeballs out. But if you still want to come, I'll interview him. I'll interview anybody who want to talk.
Well, Lamont wasn't at the gym the other night, so he at home
Okay.
resting his hands.
I told you, why you keep bringing that boy up? He is not coming over here. I don't know why you keep talking about that boy. He is not gonna come over here. I'm telling you now. He
I
ain't
told
gonna
his
come over
dad.
here.
I told his dad to have him
Oh
give
my
me a
God, you
call.
snitching on me. You ain't
No, I said
snitching
I
on
told
me.
his dad to give me a call.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get him on your show. I'm gonna
He
get him
not
on
coming
your show.
over here. I don't know why you keep saying that. He's not gonna come over here.
Now, if anybody's show he don't go on, now I could say he won't go on KO's show. KO been dragging his name through the mud since
I done
before
drug
the
his
Tank
name
fight.
through the mud too.
Yeah, but you see, but um, listen, I'm gonna get him on your show.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going to get him on your show. First I'm gonna get his little brother on your show.
Yeah, I know. You told me about Freddie. Yeah.
No, why you talking about Freddie? You mean Jordan?
Jordan, I'm sorry, Jordan. Freddie's the father.
No, Lamont Senior's the father.
Senior's the father. Why am I getting Freddie Roach from? Anyway, all right. Yeah,
Freddie
Jordan. That's Jordan. Yes.
Freddie Roach is the former trainer.
Okay,
The
that's
guy
why I got that name.
with ALS.
ALS. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He can come on too. But yeah, I doubt Lamont will come here because listen. You know what? No, I won't. I ain't gonna grill him.
Yes, you are. But it's
Yes,
all good.
I sure am. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. So I don't know. If I do that, if I don't, my community, they're gonna drag me, and I just can't have that. Nah, but listen, if he's open to the conversation, I'm open to a conversation with anybody. I don't close no doors. I'm all about networking. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. So.
If
And I
you
told
come,
Lamont
I'll
Senior.
talk to him.
You said something about getting into promoting, and
Yeah,
I talked to Lamont Senior, and he said he'd be willing to talk to you. So.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
I'll send you his number when we get off here.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and I'll send you Ben Johnson's number when we get off here, because
Okay.
I told him that you would be reaching out. Now I don't know when you got the time to do. Probably after the 23rd, but his fight again, he's fighting on the 31st. So.
Okay, well, I will try and get all these guys over here, but I want to make sure I definitely get Tierra open because I told her we would help her promote her pro debut, and that's my baby, so I got to make sure I get her on here. But yeah, let them guys know, if they're open to it, shit, bring them on. I told you, I'm really trying to make sure Next to Jab really takes off this year. So all the babies, bring them over. Let's get to know them. Let's see who they are.
All of these next level fighters, would be great to have a platform to go out and talk on.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all of the because they got to start somewhere, and
we all got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm never too. I only been doing this a couple months, so who am I to turn down an interview? You know what I'm saying? I'm never too big to have a conversation with anybody, but you make sure you let them know they come over here, they're gonna have an honest conversation. I don't do all that fluff, all that other crap. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have an honest conversation, and hopefully by the end of it, you know what I'm saying, everybody will get a better understanding of what really happens. Because I do understand that sometimes it's things that behind the scenes that make things in front of the camera look crazy. You know.
Well, so in other words, you'll have a better interview than Big Dre did, because Big Dre only had like 7 minutes and he was stumbling through that.
No, because I like to talk to people, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mind interviewing. I feel like it's cool for us to get on these panels and chop it up, but how about we talk to the people we actually talk about? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying,
that's the point of my platform. I don't know, you know what I mean?
And that's what I was telling the guys. Listen, I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do a couple of interviews here, 5-10 minutes at the max, and I will talk to a few fighters at the fights. And what I'm trying to do is get their name out into the open, because like with the JBT got 13 channels, and if I can help you promote yourself on 13 different YouTube channels, you might be able to get hooked up with somebody else who's got, who's bigger, who's on the next step up, and get your name nationally recognized,
Right.
because you know, like I talked to David Whitmire, I talked to Jordan, I've talked to um, Ben Johnson, I spoke to Scooter.
Oh yeah, you did send me Scooter's number. Let him know I'm gonna call him because he DM me something about his he always sending me like promos and stuff like that. I be forgetting to post them on my Instagram. Lord have mercy. But yeah, definitely I'll get Scooter on too, and I'll do Jordan. And then if you want to hook me up with Lamont Senior, if he can, help me find somebody that'll because I was talking to Miss Lori, but she's so busy. Obviously, we know what's going on now and all of that stuff. So I don't know if she's gonna have the time, what I'm saying, to like kind of help me. But I've been kind of like talking to her too. So I listen, I'm all about the networking, honey. Whoever can help, we can blow this thing up, kaboom.
Well, you know, it was Jay that got me started doing this because I was on, I was on, um, whose channel was I on? Oh, I was on Upper's channel, and
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about somebody, and I did a Devin Haney. I did a very disrespectful intro for Devin Haney.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
off, off, they were talking, and I'm not a big Devin Haney fan, and
Mm-hmm.
um, we were talking, and I came on, and um, it was before Devin Fort Regis, and they were talking about the lackluster ticket sales, et cetera, et cetera. And I came on and I did a very disrespectful intro for Devin Haney. I called him pillow fisted, and I did it in an announcer's voice. Um, and then, so um, I was told I should try it. I should do that, and I laughed and I joked. And then I was messing with Jay and Just Do at their first meet and greet, and I did a couple of, you know, just quickies for them while I was up there, while we were up in Philly for the Boots fight.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
since then, you know, I've done 5 or 6 for their raffles, their giveaways, their meet and greets for the Tank fight. I've done stuff for Jetta Promotions. I'm trying to get in touch with the guy, Ponytail, out of Baltimore, him and Baltimore Boxing. I did one
Mm-hmm.
for Davis Promotions. Um, even though he was rude to me, I did one anyway um, before I even
Davis
knew him.
Promotions.
Yeah, he's out of Southern Maryland. Um,
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. What's going on? Oh, that's your son.
oh yeah, he down in the basement on the, playing the game. He gets kind of loud.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but for Davis Promotions, I did a promotion for the fight he did in Waldorf. Um, but I didn't post it anywhere. I didn't post it. I had other people post it, and it wasn't something that I could pull up on my phone because I wasn't sure who put it where. And
Yeah.
nobody, people played it, but they didn't post it like on their page. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to do that because it was like too long. It was like cutting off the bottom half. It has to be like kind of square. And then I tried to reduce it, but it was still like cutting off the bottom. So I still gotta like play with it a little bit. I usually this other
just
program, matter of fact, I might go back to
post
that.
it, post it like it is, and if it cuts off the bottom half, it cuts off the bottom half.
Yeah, I like my shit to look a little clean and right.
I'm
So
sorry.
I don't like to do that. But I'll try and figure it out. I'm gonna keep playing with it and I'll figure it out. But thank you so much, Big Dre. And we're gonna talk tomorrow because I did get the paperwork you sent me. So we're gonna figure out some stuff. I'm so excited. But we definitely gonna link tomorrow. I'll probably call you on my lunch or something.
Okay, I'll be
Okay.
around. Okay,
All right. Thank you
bye
so
bye.
much. Bye. Sin, take us home, baby. What is going on? We've covered a lot tonight. I don't even know. I know you probably came in like the middle of the show, but the show was basically just about the delusional market value of a lot of these fighters. I started with Richardson Hitchins mainly because I saw, his interaction with Devin online, and then I saw his Fight Hype interview, and it just kind of made me upset. And then obviously we finished with the Vergil Ortiz versus Jaron Boots in a situation and how they're kind of trying to spin this whole scenario to make it look like maybe Boots doesn't really want the fight when we know that's not the truth. So if you want to just give us some thoughts on that, because I know it was a lot of people on the panel, it was a lot of talking, you ain't really get to get your shit off. Hey Rick, how you doing, baby? If you want to just kind of give your opinions on some of the topics we covered tonight.
Yeah, I feel like right now boxing is in a very shaky spot because you have what boxing needs is somebody that that they need somebody to they need somebody to restore some integrity to the sport in at least two divisions. And by that I mean we need somebody that's going to claim a division and actually stay there. We don't need to see any more talent jumping from weight divisions, scattering belts, or anything else that doesn't really establish some prestige towards the belts. Like, this is the reason why belts don't matter, because people have been able to vacate them every time somebody disputed them being undisputed, or something of the sort. So right now I feel like boxing's in this space where it needs a fighter that wants to play king of the hill, but then you have a lot of the fighters that want to be the next Floyd Mayweather, that want to be that big celebrity, or want to be the next Tank Davis. They want to be in a position to leverage and weaponize their celebrity. So right there, it's like boxing's in a big rift, and you got a lot of, I guess a lot of the talent is choosing between if they want to build up their own names, or if they want to go that Mayweather route. And until we have somebody that really wants to play king of the hill, take one of those belts and establish some prestige in one division, we're going to be kind of, we're going to kind of be in limbo until some real talent gets established. And I think that we need to start focusing on some of the people that didn't come out of that the up and comers, the Oshaki Fosters, the damn who y'all brought up somebody earlier. Y'all brought up somebody earlier whose name is escaping me right now.
What you mean? What were we talking about? Maybe that'll help me figure it out.
Y'all were talking about prospects and up and comers. Y'all were talking about people.
Scooter Davis.
Scooter Davis, right? People that like I said, we need some people. We need some fresh talent. We need some fresh talent. We need to stop cycling these same names that we've been talking about, because I think that those people all want to go one route, and it's just taking a lot of focus off of what boxing was originally built off of.
So let me ask you this, right? And the people in the chat can they can chime in, because I asked this question and I really think it's a very interesting question, and I want y'all to think about it honestly. If they announce tomorrow same day weigh-ins, how many of these champions would still be in the weight class that they're campaigning in? I think that's a very intriguing question. And if y'all don't mind, what I'm saying, y'all can let me know, because I really think about stuff like this sometimes, just to see how we can get things back to some form of I guess I'm sick of seeing these guys run around in different weight classes, snatching belts, or just for one fight and then running on back to where they're safe at. So I really want to know, if they went back to same day weigh-ins tomorrow, how many of these fighters that we see fighting now would still remain in their same weight class?
That's a very interesting scenario right there. Changes the whole landscape. So, and I feel like something like that needs to happen, or we could just, have somebody that, just plays that old fashioned king of the hill, So we'll see what happens. Shakur has too many friendships for you to depend on him to be a face of boxing. T.O., the back of his neck fits inside of niggas' elbows. So like we like, how can we trust these guys? Devin Haney, we already know he's gonna have a total meltdown if he has another loss. We gotta hope that he won't find him hanging from a ceiling fan somewhere.
Oh
These
my
are
God.
the type of champions that we have right now. This is what I'm talking about. These are this is the pick of the litter. Like, this is
Hey,
the shit that
Nikki
we're left
J,
with.
baby. Happy New Year's, ladies. I'm sorry, Sin. Happy
You
New Year's,
good.
ladies. I'm just
But
saying hi to the sisters. Love me some sisters. Okay. But yeah, that's really the question. How many of these fighters, if tomorrow they announced they had to go back to same day weigh-ins, would be in the right weight class?
all these niggas are forgettable. I think that 3 years we'll start talking about some people. 2 to 3 years we'll start talking about some people that that's gonna really reestablish some integrity to the sport. Because boxing's looking real crazy right now. I think MMA guys is feeling like they got a chance with some of these motherfuckers.
It's crazy that you say that because I just was reading earlier that one of these MMA chicks was like trying to challenge Amanda Serrano, and obviously she's done MMA before. She's like what 2-0 over there, or 2-0-1 or something over there. But I saw that it's another MMA chick that's trying to challenge her against. I thought that was interesting. I know Clarissa Shields has done some MMA before. I know Conor McGregor, didn't he come over here and fight Mayweather or something like that? So they're attempting some sort of crossover. So
Yeah, right now, and it's just sad that our champions, the people that we have at the top of the sport, aren't really making it look threatening enough to where those guys don't want to come over here. Because that's how that's how it should look. But right now, it looks invitational and friendly as fuck. So,
yeah, it does.
that's where we're at. Yeah, that's where we're at. Compliments of Nebraska.
But okay, so obviously you don't think anybody that's in any of these weight classes now will be in their right weight class?
Oh no. Nah, not me personally. I don't think that I think that the guys that we're looking over, like the Gary Antoine Russells and well, Scooter Davis is on the come up. But I'm thinking that those are the guys that are going to really make up, and establish the talent, the talent that we're supposed to be talking about in boxing. I think that we're paying too much attention to people that want to play celebrity.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of them, and that was really the point of this live, just for them to understand sometimes. And I get it, right? Like if everybody feels like they're worth an exorbitant amount of money, right? But if you look at your paycheck, that will tell you what the market deems that you're worth, right? And it's no disrespect to anybody, but I feel like sometimes they do price themselves out of good matchups for whatever the reason, right? Like I was saying about Richardson Hitchins, he didn't want to take the Keyshawn fight, or for whatever reason, the Frank Martin fight didn't get made. Those were two matchups that would have been good for his resume. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, it's like, it's mid to decent. But some of these guys don't understand. Y'all have to take opportunities, because when you take enough opportunities, you'll get to the point where you can write a blank check. You know what I'm saying? So those were just my thoughts on that particular situation. But who knows? Who am I? Just a lonely little girl. But yeah, I definitely just some things I be pondering, like damn, I wonder how many of them, because you see these boys walk around here, like you see them in the gym, or you see them like when they take pictures with certain other fighters, and you be like, hold up, I know this fighter is like 6 feet tall. He don't look like he towering over you, or he don't look like he, could like surround you with himself. Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I just be having some of these questions.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people.
We sat here and listened.
Believe.
My fault.
No. Go ahead. You were talking. I was just gonna say, I know a lot of people are of the belief if they can make the weight, forget it, put the fight on. But me personally, I'm like, nah, y'all need to be in y'all right weight class. Let's see some real matchups. Because maybe I only think you a dog because you fighting guys that you coming up in the ring way bigger than,
Right. Like we just seen. I mean, we heard Shakur make plenty of handicaps from his hands being, tender, to him claiming that I guess that he couldn't make certain weights or whatever the case may be. But this dude is really bigger. Really, he's bigger than damn near everybody he's faced, from what I've seen. You know, and I've just never seen I've never seen him, you know, really challenge himself or be at a physical disadvantage with any opponent that he's faced. You know, so like you said, it just poses the question that, you know, if there were same day weigh-ins or anything like that, where would these guys really be? All of a sudden, Devin Haney's flirting with 147, anywhere between 147 and 154. These are weights that Tank Davis would probably never fight at, you know, especially being that, you know, we know that he about 5'3", 120, whatever he is, you know. So he's never going to be, you know, he's never going to be those weights. So for all those other guys, it just looks extra funny that y'all are very comfortable moving up 20 pounds, you know, or you know, however many. Y'all are comfortable moving up many a weights that this dude ain't never gonna fight at, but y'all been sitting here for the last 3, 4, 5 years trying to call out this little motherfucker. It just looks extra funny to me, you know.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Listen, it definitely is what it is. Ugh, but thank you so much for coming up, babe. I appreciate you so
For
much.
sure.
It's
For
been
sure.
a
I appreciate you having me. You already know it's always a pleasure.
you already know. You're welcome anytime. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We've been up here for over 3 hours. But yeah, guys, that was it. I just wanted to talk to y'all about some of these boys and their market value, honey, which is not hitting on nothing. But we have some fights the rest of the month, and hopefully we will see how the rest of the year shapes up. As I told y'all, some of those fights got moved. Obviously, Antuma got hurt, so he won't be fighting until March. And then that whole card with Alexis Roach, I believe, has been dispelled, or maybe that's just moving too. But I know that fight for tomorrow is definitely off. Okay. Don't forget, we got Bakram at the end of the month, Teofimo Lopez at the end of the month versus Shakur. The 24th, we have, don't forget, Martizalov and Andy Cruz, and then some of the local cards that I also posted up. So y'all make sure to tune in and check them out. That's all we can do is check them out, man, and see what they working with. Get familiar with some of these fighters that we're not so familiar with, so we ain't got to say who that when they step in the ring with a name that we readily can identify. But it has been another amazing banger. I appreciate and love y'all so much for showing up for your girl. Y'all make sure y'all have a good night. Listen here, I don't know what is going on down there. Y'all up in the chat choosing violence. I'm not sure what in the hell is happening, but we'll talk about Xander. Talk about my Xander. He's fighting also at the end of the month. He's in a unification fight at 154 pounds. Young man, unification fight. Let's get it. But y'all, until next time, y'all know what to do, baby. Y'all catch me on a panel. Y'all have a good night. Mother is gone. Peace.